Dun, 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 dun. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, fuck. I already fucked things up. What's up, party people of the AACL, the All American Collegiate League? What's going on? What's happening? What is cracking? Good to see so many people in the chat. Sorry I'm running a couple minutes late. I was having a hell of a time getting up these stairs with all the paparazzi clicking all their fucking cameras at me. Stop. Please stop it some more. Stop it some more. Welcome to the Season 3 awards show for the AACL, the All-American Collegiate League. I see a bunch of you popping in the chat. I will be with you in just a second. We've got a lot to cover. We have 17 awards to pass out, I believe. We had 16, and then that 17th was the kind of your People's Choice Awards, what we're calling the AACL Party Peep of the Season for Season 3. And then that's because it works as its own flash, Clams. What's up? That's how I roll, baby. And in between, we're going to sprinkle in a few announcements and one particular breaking news item. So, as you see, we're mixing things up a little bit tonight. You don't see the normal screen and graphics and stuff you see that you would normally see. And that's because of this right here. You ready on this? Michaela, you want to give me a drum roll?
You gotta give me a
Or
second.
do you want to give me some crickets?
Fucking hell, where the fuck did it go?
Oh my gosh, Becky. I guess the whole I'm gonna need you to do drum rolls before in the pregame didn't mean.
See,
Hey, what's up? It's been a minute since I've been on camera. It's been a minute since we've done a show of any sort on camera. But guess what? Tonight, folks, we're going to have everybody on camera, which brings me to the introductions. Let me introduce my crew tonight before we get to the chat, and then we're going to dive into some awards. Obviously, you guys already know that Michaela's on the soundboard. At least I think she's on the soundboard. Are you on the soundboard, Michaela?
no.
I kind of thought that. Anyway, Michaela is here. Michaela, how you doing tonight? Are you excited about these Season 3 awards?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just a little bored,
That's
though.
exactly what I expected. However, I know somebody who is excited, and that's the guy who usually sits immediately to my left. I call him my left-hand man, not for sexual reasons, but because he's always here in the booth with me, and that is none other than Ray Bashan. Ray, what's up, buddy?
What's up, motherfuckers? You can see my face now. Don't be disappointed. All right, I still look fucking sexy.
Bro, I can't
Right,
take my eyes off that sexy fucking AACL logo behind you, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, you like that logo,
It's
huh?
fucking, yeah, it's legit, bro. Looks
I
good.
got it custom done for this.
That's fucking beautiful. Fucking gorgeous. And also, if Ray is my left-hand man, then I guess that means my right-hand man is none other than Yogi Bar joining us as well. Yogi, what's going on with you, bro? How you feeling, man? You getting a lot of fishing done or what? Uh-oh. He's having headset issues.
Yogi, you're muted. You're muted.
You're muted, bro.
You're muted.
You're muted, bro.
No, I had it on backwards. I got it straight.
How the fuck you put headphones on backwards?
We just saw you not move the headphones at
He's
all.
like, oh shit. All right, well, if I've got if I've got Ray to my left, this is a fucking shit show already. If I got Ray to my left, Yogi to my right, I'm afraid to ask where Keith might be, but we
off the balcony. Off the balcony.
Off the balcony. At least we know he's down there in the right-hand corner where he always belongs. Keith, another AACL logo. Keith, what's up, buddy?
I'm doing just fine. It's been a little bit since we've been live. I'm excited to be here. Excited to celebrate this just amazing season we just had. A lot of shit went down.
Epic season, right? It's the longest season we've ever had. With the second most teams, but the most human players. It was pretty epic. I agree with you on that. So, oh shit. Well, good thing I wasn't using that light because it just fucking fell down and broke. All right, we're kicking it. All right, let's check the chat real quick, you guys. The first one in was none other than Mrs. Boredom herself, Michaela, followed by Ray, and then Zach Holdorf, then my BFF Stream Elements in the house, Robert Thump, Yogi Bar, Keith, Freddie 134590. I think that's Dallas Sauce, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Pink Lisa, the lovely, amazing, perfect Pink Lisa in the house. Pink Lisa, thank you for hosting the red carpet pre-party, what we call the Pink Carpet Club, which sounded terrible when I texted earlier.
Heyo.
Let's see who else is in here. As Michaela in all caps says, fuck you, Holdorf. Iowa has bad corn. James 7171. James, we're going to talk about you here in a minute, by the way. Chad Rowland in the house. Jay-Z Smooth. Dave Axis is here. Doug Britton, Nate Hall, Justin Reside, T-Bone, Boonberry, Anastasia Beaverhausen, the Beav herself in the house. Ron Haynes. Did I say Clams already? Clams is in the house. Churchill. Wow, we got almost like the whole fucking league in here right now. Who else? Crazy Canuck. 6God757. I always forget who that is.
Yugi Dre.
Oh, is that Yugi Dre? Okay.
I think so.
Hey, Polytrue. We have a Polytrue sighting. JGoz8. I don't remember who that is either. Somebody's got to tell me. Jojo Rock. I see it now. Good for you. Pink Lisa with the googly eyes after I said the pink carpet thing. I said Justin already. And then, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow kicks. Mickey Malolo in the house.
Andre Pope. Never mind.
Oh, it's Andre Pope. There you go. All right. Well, that's a lot.
My bad.
What do we have? We've got 30-something people in the house. I guess people care about awards. Before we jump into this, though, let me go around the horn real quick. Keith, I'm going to start at the bottom. This is your first time here on the awards show. I think does anybody remember it was me, Michaela, and...
It was Duke.
Oh, and Duke last season. Was it just the three of us, I think?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So what are your expectations tonight, other than, seeing a lot of interesting awards, obviously, but other than that, any of them stand out to you? Any that you're really confused by? Any you think you're pretty sure about? What do you see coming down tonight?
I'm excited to see all the comments in the chat about the people that I missed for the nominee.
I know. Oh yeah, I should say that. So real quick, so I asked Keith to give me a preliminary list of who he thought should be the nominees for each category. I then went through his list, and some of them I went with, some I kicked out, some I brought others in that he didn't say, and kind of finalized it up. So Keith is only partly to blame. I am mostly to blame if you got left off. And the first award for the night, Yogi, we should probably give to Jimbo Culvert, because and this award should be called the Sorry Jimbo, we fucked up, we overlooked you, you should have been on at least the walk-on award. But I couldn't fit all that on a fucking award. So Yogi, that's the first one that comes to mind right off. What are you looking forward to tonight?
Yeah, I'd say invite him to the after pink carpet.
Oh, well, that's the blue carpet party.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I didn't say blue. I didn't say blue waffle party. I said blue.
At that point, I don't want to know if they match the drapes. Okay.
There you go.
Oh shit. What were you gonna? So that's it. Go ahead, Yogi.
Yeah. When we have that many categories, and it's hard looking back through a season and getting them exactly right. We did the best we could. Keith went back through the memory banks, went through some stats, and pulled out what he thought was best. It's just bound to happen, and it's not intentional, and we'll make it up to you.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sure there's a few others that we missed, and I'll tell you this just right off the bat as I go to Ray right now. You guys have all seen the nominee list that I posted in AACL content. I tried to limit it to like 4 or 5 per, but then on some of them, Keith and I were like, but here's a 6th person and here's a 7th person. Quarterback was one of the toughest. There were a few quarterbacks. Ray, my apologies, but Ray, Chevy Monte Carlo probably could have been in there. Also, I'll let you know if somebody was nominated and they left the server. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and tell you they didn't win. Ray, what are your thoughts on that? And again, I know it sucks. You had a hell of a season. You didn't you just missed the cut, but what are your thoughts on the rest of it?
Hey, it's a dog-eat-dog world. That's how I view all this. I was told firsthand by you that I was the first person cut off of the top QB list. Hurt me a little bit, but after looking over the stats, I could kind of see. I've only led in 2 categories, pretty much. I didn't make no explosive plays. I wasn't a very run-heavy quarterback. I didn't really lead my offense anywhere. I mainly defended on my wide receivers. But this is just what this league is. You have to go into that season and you got to be the very best if you want to be nominated for an award. I wasn't the very best. I don't deserve to be up there.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. And, I mean, I know this is going to be a shocker, but fucking Keith didn't even put my ass on the fucking list for wide receiver. What a dick.
Add kick returner.
I should, you know what? I should have done that this season purposely,
18.
just so I could be on there, just so I could. And then who's the nominees for the best Dave Axis Jr. award is just me. It's just me.
It's Dave Axis Jr. and he got not. Dave's not here.
I know. I know. Watch Dave's not here win that fucking award. But let me see. Anybody else jump in the chat real quick before we go on? Merle, see Merle jumping in. Good to see you. And I think that's about it. All right. So we've talked a lot about the order of the awards we should do. We know what first couple ones, we know what last ones we're going to do. And then in the middle, we're just going to kind of mix things up and do what the fuck we want to do because that's how we roll. So the first award, you guys, here's what I think. First of all, everybody, you're going to see this is the envelope that you will see before every single nomination. And it says, and the nominees are, we're going to talk about the nominees, and then you will see the winners. So, you guys, let's do Freshman of the Year. You want to start off with Freshman of the Year? Ray, let me start with you. The nominees for Freshman of the Year are, as I scroll all the way down to my long-ass fucking... Dude, but this is a lot of fucking people and a lot of awards, by the way. Freshman of the Year. You've got Boomberry, BFJ, Jordan Baker, and Pauly Truth. So, it's all of them played extremely well this season. You got 2 offensive players, 2 defensive players. What are your thoughts on Freshman of the season for season 3?
Definitely a tough selection. I don't even remember who the fuck I chose. So. I did not have it written down anywhere. It was basically just like a multiple choice question. It's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that one. No, I can't choose that spot because I chose it back in question 1, so I got to go with a different spot there.
Dude, it was a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, hell yeah. And we have many thanks once again goes out to fucking Kmart down there for putting together all the stats and everything, and everybody else who helped him as well.
Good old special C. Love that guy.
Special C.
Oh yeah, you already know.
It was definitely tough. I mean, Boonberry pretty much dominant on fucking defense. You got Pauly Truth, who was one of the top running backs in this season, in season 3. BFJ, enough said. BF fucking J. All right?
I mean, when you control an entire fucking curse, you got to be up for an award.
You would think the curse would steer him away from an award, but he apparently
that's just shows power, bro.
He used it to his advantage.
He did. Real quick too, I also forgot. Does everybody have a drink with them? I forgot to toast the whole.
Oh shit!
Hey, if you're in the chat, I know I told you kick back, get your popcorn, get a drink, but let's raise a toast to season 3 of the AACL. What a season it was! Like he said earlier, it was definitely epic. So before we get things started, cheers to everybody on a great season. Appreciate all 221 of you that are here. All right, now that we got that out of the way, Yogi, real quick, your thoughts on Freshman of the season?
Well, I thought Pauly started out so slow. It's like they didn't realize what they had. And when I thought back, it's like every game, Boonberry. So to me, he stood out the most out of that list because I just thought he was all over the field and so involved.
All right, Keith, you got the last word, and then we are going to have our first drum roll from Michaela and our first award reveal of the evening. Your thoughts on Freshman of the season for season 3?
Yeah, I was trying to have 5 or 6 nominees for each category. This was probably the one category where it was pretty clear that 5 or 6 was going to be too many. That would be in legitimate contention.
Although in hindsight we probably should have added a couple more. But
that's true. Yeah, obviously I did see.
There's a couple that we
Jimbo.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean if you ask me, this race is between two guys. It's Paulie and Boomberry.
Ooh,
If
okay.
you ask
Of
me.
course, of course, you would say Paulie.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
yeah,
Right,
of course
right,
I would.
About Ray.
right.
Yeah, well, yes, of course I'm a homer for
You
saying
know
that.
what?
But I'm also
Between
not
me,
wrong,
it's
so-
between two guys. It's Boonberry and BFJ. How about that?
You know, for me, it's between two guys. It's Paulie and it's the truth. But, you know, I'm not being a homer. So there you go. All right, Michaela, let's knock out our first drum roll and let's see who our first award winner of the night is. Here we go, folks. AACL Season 3 Freshman of the Season. It is Boonberry. Boonberry took 50% of the vote. The other three divided up pretty equally. I won't say the numbers for the people who didn't win, just because they should just know they were nominated. They were in here. But 50%. Real quick, 10 seconds each. Keith, I'll start with you. Boonberry, I know that's not a surprise pick of yours. Were you surprised by the 50%?
Not necessarily. I mean, anytime you're the sack leader, you're second in TFLs, top 3 in tackles, solo tackles, all that stuff, and you even force 2 fumbles along with it, and you're a freshman, yeah, you're going to get a lot of votes. So I guess I'm not super surprised. And like I said, it was between him and Paulie in my eyes anyway.
Yeah. Yogi, real quick.
How many electoral college votes did he get?
All of them.
Okay, yeah, I was.
But he also won the popular vote, so it's okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a good pick there and a good winner. I think he is well deserved. And
Yep.
you know, Constantine there at the bottom, you know, said it earlier.
Yep.
He pretty much stood out.
I agree. Dude, I had to do like a 10-second, who the fuck is Constantine in my head?
Constantine with a K.
right.
With a K.
With a K. As long as you say with a K, then I know who it is. All right, Ray, you got the last word on this before we move on to our next award.
Listen, you think of defense, Penn State defense, you immediately think of two guys. You got DeHayton and you had Boonberry. It was no brainer. If DeHayton wasn't on this list, it's got to be Boonberry 100%. He's the deserving winner.
Well, never mind the fact they also have Navarro, which you didn't even mention. I mean, that
Yeah.
defense is fucking
Yep.
stacked, right?
I mean, Navarro was the last year's defensive
He was
player.
last
He's-
year. Yeah,
Yeah.
defensive player. So, speaking of last year, just so you guys know, we did not have a freshman of the season last season, I don't believe, Keith, right? That was not on the list. So, Boonberry, congratulations not only on the award, but being the very first ever AACL freshman of the season. Oh, I should have you do the clapping ones after each one. Let's do that one too, Mikhail. Let's do the clapping, the golf clap one. That'd be kind of fun.
Okay.
That would be fun. Don't you guys think that would be fun?
Yeah.
You said you wanted the quacking after each one?
That's not what I said. You know what? Duck you, Ray. Go duck yourself. All right. Did we find the claps, Michaela? All right. Congrats, Boonberry, freshman of the season, first one ever. We're also going to have, Ray, our very first walk-on of the season. The nominees for walk-on of the season were Mason Stonewall, Mrs. Me, Odeon Muldoon, Ziggy Horonic, and this is where we probably should have put Jimbo in as well. Jimbo should have been the fifth nominee that we fucked that up. But, Ray, as you look at these four names, who stands out to you?
Immediately just coming in the middle of the season and pretty much lighting up that fucking field for Nebraska. You got to go with Mrs. Me. Just came in and caused a storm on the scene at wide receiver.
Yep, she sure did. Yogi?
And she was a major part of that 7-game win streak, I think. So, to me, she stood out head and shoulders above the rest.
Now, Keith, I know you can be a homer on this, but more importantly than just saying, "Oh, Mrs. Me" or whatever, what did Mrs. Me do? What did she bring to the table? What was her impact in Nebraska that makes her supposedly, according to Ray and Yogi, the favorite for this award?
Well, I mean, she was the deep ball specialist for us. That was kind of it wasn't necessarily that we didn't have a deep ball specialist, but the two guys that we did have before that, which was Speedy and
You
Dave
and me,
Jr.,
yeah.
they were both getting too much attention. We needed we needed someone else to come and try and burst onto the scene and create a little bit of a problem. And that was exactly what she did right off the bat, and she kept it going for pretty much the whole season.
She did. All right, so the nominees once again are Mason Stonewall, Mrs. Me, Odeon Muldoon, Ziggy Horonic, And the winner for the AACL Season 3 walk-on of the season is... It is Mrs. Me. Pretty overwhelming. All, just like the freshman of the year, all walk-ons, walk-on nominees received votes, but Mrs. Me, 72% of the votes. She pretty much runs away with it like she runs away with the ball on the fucking field. And Mrs. Me, congratulations again, much like Boonberry. Not only for winning this season, but you are the inaugural, the very first one, the very first walk-on of the season we've ever had. So congrats to Mrs. Me for that as well. Golf clap.
I already did the golf clap.
You have to do it after I'm fucking talking, baby.
Why?
Because then I just think you're clapping for me. All right, so I'm gonna let somebody pick the next one. If in the chat, if you guys think you want to, you're curious. Now we're not going to give you the big ones, right? We're not going to give you Rodney Dangerfield, Defensive Player of the Year, Party People of the Season. Those are all going to wait to the end. But if you have a specific one you want to hear now, go ahead and throw it in there. But in the meantime, Yogi, I'm going to let you pick the next one, and as long as it's not one of the ones we talked about earlier.
Let's go with defensive line. Do we have that?
We do. So
yeah,
this is one where like on freshman and walk-on, people only voted for one, right? Defensive line, I believe, yes. So they were asked to vote for two. So there will be two winners. It can be two defensive ends. It can be two defensive tackles. It can be 1-1. It does not matter. It's just defensive lineman of the year, or defensive line person, if you will. The nominees are... Actually, let me get this up. Maybe I should have done these in order so I don't have to fucking look for them. All right.
Hindsight.
Dave is now regretting his choice.
I'm like, this is what I get for giving power to the people. I need to be a dictator more often. The nominees for defensive line of Season 3 are Albert Begin, Alex Roy, Boonberry again, P. Fedor, Peter McLongfellow, Philadelphia Collins, and Shane Thompson. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 nominees, all from different schools. Yogi, you chose the category, so I will give it to you first. What are your thoughts on who should be winning defensive line of Season 3?
Well, that's why I asked for it first. It is loaded.
It is loaded.
I mean, Albert Begin set the record with 8 sacks in one game, and he may be the least of the 7 people nominated. I mean, it's loaded. Philadelphia Collins had a phenomenal year. Everybody on that list is unbelievable, and I'm just curious to see how the voting came out on it.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Freddie 134590, which I believe is Dallas Sauce. He keeps saying in the chat, best free safety in her. How many safeties are actually in her? And heyo, but
in her, man.
There you go, Michaela. That's where the drums.
I'm sorry.
The drums and the heyo. I think Michaela's gonna get fired before the end of the night. I just have this.
Please.
she's a little bored.
I just have this feeling. James, hey James, did you hear our apology, bro? Seriously, we feel bad about that. You should have been up for walk-on of the season. That was totally an overlook by our part. Our bad. Keith, defensive line. There's 2 of them that can win. What are your thoughts of the 7 nominees?
Yogi said it best. It is stacked across the board. It feels like almost anyone on that list could win it. Yeah, I mean it's honestly like any combination of 2 guys on there, and girls because P. Fedor, but
yeah.
Any combination of those 2, you wouldn't necessarily feel dissatisfied with, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we could say that about a lot of the categories.
Right.
Ray, what do you think? You think it's going to be a lot of DLs close in the voting? You think there's going to be some runaways? How do you think this is going to go down?
I have this strange feeling that this is probably just going to be another runaway for Boonberry.
Really?
Like we said, he had an impressive stat line throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
He was one, not if all, the heart, the soul, and just bled the defense for Penn State throughout the entire season. I wouldn't be surprised to see Boonberry ran away with this one.
All right, well, let's find out who our AACL Season 3 defensive line of the season. But actually, before we do the drum roll, Michaela, Keith or Michaela, anybody remember who was DL of the season last season? It was Alex Roy and who else? Anybody remember? Keith, I know you sent me that list and then I fucking didn't pop it up. So.
Right. Hold on.
Brooke Burr.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
it.
Brookie Burr, that's right. And I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think P. Fedor finished third on that. So it was those two, and
so,
she
yeah.
just missed out last season. So well, let's see if P. Fedor has the award this season. Remember, there are 2 deals, so there will be similar percentages for people as the ADs got 2 votes. So AACL season 3 defensive line person of the season is. It is Peter McLongfellow and Boonberry. Boonberry out the gate winning 2 out of 3 awards. Here are the percentages, you guys. Remember, because there's 2, there's going to be similar percentages. Peter McLongfellow actually led everybody 77.8. So basically 78% of ADs and league personnel voted for him. 72% for Boonberry, probably the same 72% that voted for him on the first award. And to be honest with you, those were the 2 runaways. Like Ray said, he thought they were going to be runaways. Nobody else even had half of what those 2 had. Yogi, your thoughts, your impressions on these 2 winning and the fact that they won so substantially?
To me, I think they got it right. I think both of them were dominant and did their job on that defensive line. And, that was my 2 that I thought I would see.
Yeah, I think I voted for those 2, Keith, as well. I don't remember. Like Ray said, man, there's so many names running through my head now. It's kind of hard to remember who I voted for exactly. But these are 2 very well deserving, obviously, based on the percentages.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, these were the 2 that I voted for right here. That does not surprise me to see those 2 names up there.
Yeah. Ray, you've got the final thought on this one.
It wouldn't be a shock to me if I did vote for these 2. I know I definitely voted for Boonberry. I'm not sure about Peter McLongfellow. I think it was a toss-up between him and Albert Begin for me. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at this stat sheet right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much their stats for the season is separated by 1 or 2
it's like
separate
it's so
points.
close. Yeah, it's really close. They're like first and second and everything, right?
The only major difference I can see, I mean, Boonberry has 2 more sacks. He has 1 more forced fumble, but Peter McLongfellow has that 1 interception advantage on him, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's close.
Very fucking close, and they both deserve this honor.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, so Peter McLongfellow and Boonberry, your 2 defensive line people of season 3. I think Michaela's just going to quit.
She did the claps in the middle of everything.
Or get fired.
Michaela, what are you DMing me over here?
Read it.
I know, but that doesn't make any sense because we had 2 last season.
Never mind.
All right, that's what I thought. All right, Keith, you get to choose the next category. I feel like fucking like Alex Trebek or fucking Pat Sajak right now. All right, Dave, I'll take 500 for defensive end, please. Go ahead, bud.
Let's do. Screw it. Can we do like AD of the year?
Ooh, let me think about that. Let me look at my list. Let me look at my cheat sheet and tell you if it's on the do not fucking pick list.
Right? Yeah, don't pick it list.
It is on the do not pick list.
Damn it. Fine.
You trying to get ahead of yourself?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I did
he
a
was.
little bit. You know what? Screw it. Let's do tight end.
Oh, that'll be a good one. Okay, so tight end of the season. Boom. I believe there were 4 or 5 nominees, and here are your nominees for tight end
6.
of the season. Oh, was there 6?
There were 6.
Okay.
There were 6.
It's Adam Warren Williams, Clamsy Wamsey, Corey Gooden, Mikael Becker, Ray Colston, and Scurvy Dog. Ray, I don't know how close Clams is to you, so be careful about what you say on this, but I can't see her. All I see is the logo.
She's right behind the logo.
Gotcha. Oh, she's gonna bust through like the Kool-Aid Man here in a second. What are your thoughts here on the tight end of the season for season 3?
All right, you motherfuckers. You see this big old packet I have here? This is all the knowledge that I got on the tight ends all season. Look how thick this motherfucker... I'm just lying. This is my fucking work packet.
I was going to say that. Dude, tight ends aren't that big.
It's just my work packet. We're changing to a new health insurance. I apologize.
Oh, well, there's
my stats are over here.
You might be changing to another health insurance here in a second.
Right.
Going through all the stats for the 6 nominees here, I can't help but notice one thing that stands out the most. Besides one of the stats, but we don't have to worry about that because we're talking about tight end pretty much. Tight end, you catch, you block, you do all that fun stuff. But main importantly, you have to catch the fucking ball. Clamsy Wamsy was the fucking best on catching the ball. 993 yards, 7 yards shy of the 1,000-yard season. Most about tight ends. 7 touchdowns, the most of any tight end this season. Also 228 yards after catch, also the most of any tight end. In my mind, it was a no-brainer. It was Clamsy Wamsy from the beginning.
All right, so Keith, let me ask you this: when you build a tight end, and what we saw in the player builds at the very beginning of the season, some people made some mistakes because you only really had enough money to make yourself a badass receiving tight end, or make yourself a badass blocking tight end, and if you mixed them up, you really didn't do that well. And I think of the 7, only one tight end that mixed those stats were even in the award nominees. Do you think this is a predominantly just offensive, catch the ball, score touchdowns and stuff category for a tight end?
Well, it depends on what offensive style you run, because I know with Auburn, the reason why Clams got so many catches and yards is because she was primarily used as a wide receiver type because they were running that Cal air raid as opposed to someone like DJ Bandit at Iowa where they ran pro style the whole year. That's someone that's off the list. He's not too far off maybe, but
I think on that list, I think Corey Gooden's the only one who had a mixed
I was
build.
going to say Corey Gooden is the other one that I can think of where his team ran pro style. So, really with this season, there was just so much explosiveness going on that it kind of feels like if you're going to run routes, you kind of have to be more suited towards catching the ball. And of course, the more guys you get out in the field catching the ball, the better you might do in some cases.
Right. Blackout Nation, I think you're friends with Clam, so that's why you're giving her shit. Out of boy. All right, Yogi, you got the last word on this tight end group. These 7 tight ends. What are your thoughts here?
I think this was the biggest slam dunk category that we had, other than maybe Boonberry for freshman of the year. It definitely did not hurt her case that she was with the number 1 yardage passing quarterback in the league. I think that they were well suited for each other, and I think they took full advantage of her talents, and she stood out big time.
I agree. A lot of offensive weapons over there in Auburn the last couple of seasons, no doubt. All right, folks, your AACL Season 3 tight end of the season is... It is another runaway, Clamsy Wamsy. Only 3 of the 7 tight ends even got votes on this one. I won't tell you who the other 2 are. 77.8, so basically 78% of the vote going to Clam. She did dominate nearly every offensive category for a tight end. 10 seconds each. Ray, any surprise? Obviously not. What are your thoughts? You got 10 seconds.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pass my 10 seconds to somebody else.
Perfect.
Oh, geez. No, don't do this to me.
Come on, Clam. Say thank you.
Say it. Come on,
Hi.
Clamps.
Come on.
Hi. Thank you.
Clamsy Wamsy, how's it feel to be the winner of Season 3 tight end of the season?
It feels fantastic. I need a real trophy though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I need that in my life.
Well, Ray tells us all the time he's your trophy husband or something, your trophy boyfriend, whatever. So.
No. Listen, not after that conversation that happened in general chat earlier. No.
All right. Well, Clams, thanks for joining us. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Hey, love you. Thank you, everyone.
You got it. Yogi, 10 seconds. Your thoughts?
I thought it was a good pick. It was a no-brainer, like I said earlier.
Yep. Keith?
Yep. Took about 2 seconds to figure out who to pick here.
Yeah, I agree. I think last year, who won tight end of the season last season?
It was Mikhail Becker.
Mikhail Becker.
Oh,
And that was
runaway.
and that was a unanimous. Remember, it was the only unanimous vote of last season. So,
Yeah.
All right, Clamsy Wamsy, congratulations on Season 3 tight end of this season.
Hey guys, can you tell me who the fuck that was?
Who
Who just took over my square? I lost connection somehow.
I don't know, man. It was some fucking Russian hacker. I don't know, bro.
Oh Jesus!
Bo Morpheus.
All right, Ray, you get to pick the next category. We've done freshman of the season, We've done walk-on of the season. We did defensive line person of the season and tight end of the season. Where are we going next?
You know what? I want to give some love as being the last winner of this award from season 2. I want to give some love to it. Let's go free safety.
All right,
Safety.
Yeah, safeties are combined. So for those of you who are not familiar with the awards, for corner and for safety, they're allowed to choose 3. We have 3 winners in each category. Because we have so many DBs. First time chatter, they call me Travis. Welcome to the program. Appreciate you.
What up, Trav?
Here are your top safeties for season 3, your nominees. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of these. So here we go. The safety nominees are Carlton Rhodes, Chad Stinson, James Klein, Cal L, King Jamal, Lasha long-ass last name, Mike Twinscrew, and Nate Ironsides. Keith, that's a lot of DBs, but out of the 8, you get to pick 3, so that's not too bad. But who do you think are the favorites here to win this award?
Yeah, this was a relatively tough choice, I thought, and part of that is just because there were so many. Like I said, I was trying to keep it to 5 or 6, but 5 or 6 didn't feel like enough.
Yeah.
I actually think there's a couple people that I could probably add to this list, really.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for me, shoot. I think James Klein is probably up there. I think Nate Ironsides, with the start that he got to the season, is probably up there. I think Carlton Rhodes, Cal-El, both had really solid seasons. I don't know. All these people obviously had really solid seasons. Just from what I remember going over the stats, figuring out nominees, there wasn't a whole lot of room in between any of these candidates, really.
All right. Ray, you picked the category safeties. Who are your favorites?
Again, I should have just written everything I fucking voted for down because I don't remember who the fuck I voted for. Just basically looking at stats, I mean, like Keith said, Nate Ironsides, spectacular season for that man.
Yep.
Greatly appreciate seeing him and doing what he did to fill in my shoes from me leaving Florida over there. King Jamal in Miami having a hell of a fucking season as well, even though the record doesn't really show it. He was performing like baller status out there in the deep zone. Cal L for Nebraska, there's nothing more to say. Carlton Rose for Missouri. Listen, he led and he was almost leading in tackles, but no touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. Or wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. No, Carlton Rose 3 interceptions for only 4 yards. So very much he caught and then he got tackled.
Yeah.
But yeah, any of those 4 that I listed, I wouldn't be surprised to see their names up on that.
All right, Yogi, you got the last word on this one. 7 safeties up for the award. Who are your favorites?
All of them, to my memory, pop up as players of the week, players of the game. I mean, a lot. Rhodes, Kyle, Stinson, they all popped up in players of the game a lot because they were good at what they did. I think they're all deserving, and it's tough that only 3 can make it.
It is, and I'm going to add a little salt to someone's wound here. So 3 get to so there's 7, right? 3 of them won. The person who finished 4th place and will not be on the winner board finished 1 vote behind.
Oh,
Missed being on the leaderboard by 1 fucking vote. I'll tell you who that is. I'll tell you the percentages as soon as we find out who your AACL Season 3 safeties of the season are. It is Carlton Rhodes. It is Nate Ironsides. And it is Cal L. And so let me tell you these percentages, and then I'll get your reactions. You ready for this? Carlton Rhodes and Nate Ironsides tied at 57.9, so basically 58% each. Just behind them at 52.6 was Cal L. 1 vote behind at 47.4, James Klein. James Klein missed by a single vote being on that list, which sucks, but you can't have 4 horses in a 3-horse race. So Keith, your reaction to these 3 winners and maybe the disappointment for James Klein.
Yeah, I mean those 4, that was kind of the 4 that I was choosing between. I can't remember which combo I picked. But I mean, obviously 2 of these guys I voted for at least. So I'm not surprised at all that it was that close. Shout out to Nate Ironsides. He was one of the safeties of the year last year. So back to back for him.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yogi.
I cost James Klein because when it came down to picking between him and Kyle, and all I could remember is Kyle just grabbing people in the backfield, flying up and making plays.
Yep.
And that was the difference maker. And I think Klein had a whale of a season.
He did have a whale of a season.
That's what it came down to.
And you heard it here first. James Klein, you know who to DM, bro. Ray, I mean, this was a tough one, man. I feel bad for James Klein, but I feel great for these 3 winners.
Oh, I feel definitely great for these 3 winners, and what a group of winners to follow from season 2. Nate Ironsides, again, like he said, congratulations, back-to-back safety of the season. Yeah. I love you, brother. You're working wonders in that Florida defense. Yep. Carlton Rose and Kal-El, spectacular seasons with y'all. Y'all deserve this award just as much as Nate Ironsides.
Yeah. Keith, who were the other? So last season we had 3 safeties or 2. Do you remember?
It was 3. It was Ray, it was Tucker Brothers, and it was Nate Ironsides.
I forgot about Tucker Brothers. Tucker Brothers with LSU, or who was he with?
I forget who he. I forget.
He was on LSU.
LSU, yeah, because and then he bounced. So
wasn't Nate and I both on Florida last season?
Was Nate on Florida last season? Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yes,
yeah.
was.
Damn.
Wow.
I didn't even realize that.
That's right. You did. You had 2 Florida winners. I do remember that now. No, it's hard to remember that shit because this season's been so fucking long. I feel like I've grown fucking 5 years older over the last 6 months. So, all right. Well, congratulations to Carlton Rhodes, Nate Ironsides, and Kal-El, your season 3 safeties of the season. All right, we're gonna take a break from awards just for a moment, and I'm just gonna remind we're gonna sprinkle in a couple of announcements here and there. We'll go easy on the first one. The first one is just going to be a quick reminder. We have 16. Yeah, I know, Chad. That's because I'm your daddy, bro. Your daddy has to be older than you. The 16 teams that we will be having next season are on the map in front of you on the graphic, and the rivalries will be pretty close. They're all pretty close together except for 1 or 2. You got Syracuse and Penn State up in the top right. They will be a rivalry. Miami and Florida in the bottom right. Michigan, Ohio State, Tennessee, LSU, Texas, Oklahoma, Iowa, and Kansas will continue for the 3rd straight season. That is the longest rivalry now in the AACL. Nebraska is going to head out and fucking have a rivalry with Boise State. Ray versus Michaela. Ray. That'll be a lot of fun. And then UNLV and ASU. Chad Rowland, the latest athletic director here in the AACL, returning athletic director. He AD'd Indiana in season 2, I believe. Was it 1 and 2 maybe? I think it was 1 and 2. But so UNLV and Chad Rowland played for UNLV. That is Peter McLongfellow on the field. So that'll be an interesting rivalry with him leaving to go start his own school and basically giving Doug and UNLV the middle finger. So that'll be a lot of fun to follow. That is how it's set up. We will not be doing any more expansion. Twinkle Toes, first time chatter, welcome to the program. However, we will be expanding for season 5, and there will be more on that later. So, who got to pick the first one? Was it Yogi? Did I let Yogi pick first?
Yes, it was me.
Yogi. All right, Yogi, you're up next. Where are we going next, buddy?
No, it's your pick next.
Yeah, why don't we ask Dave?
Wait. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I should ask Michaela. We
shouldn't.
Hold on. I was going to ask Michaela, but I'm a little bored, though. I don't know. Right?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Michaela.
Let me pick.
Michaela, all right, but were you here in the pregame? So there's certain ones you can't pick. So go ahead and
Yes, I know.
let's see if I have to give you a big red.
Well, since I won the award last season,
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
we gotta go with best cornerback.
All right.
Yeah.
So as we talk about that, Michaela, I think we had 3 winners last season. I think a corner.
Nope, we only had 2.
It was you and Dehaytney, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Well, let's look at this season's list. Your AACL Season 3 cornerback nominees of the season are Dehaytney again, Devin Johnstone, JoJo Rock, Lutbert Von Rugen, Randy Brooks, Roy Vega, Timothy Shea, and Zach Elliott. Holy shit, what a crew of nominees. Ray, let me start with you. I think for me, this and I think maybe linebacker were the two toughest for me. This was a really tough one. I know you don't remember who you voted for, but who do you see being the favorites, at least here, for this award?
I think the only thing I remember not voting for is one guy, and I'll probably get some hate over this. I don't remember voting for DeHatene, unfortunately.
Oh. I'm actually glad that you said that live on air.
Yeah, so I don't think I voted for DeHatene. I apologize. I just thought there was more people out there more deserving. More people like Timothy Shea on Kansas, 63 tackles on the season, 7 interceptions, almost having 100 yards on those interceptions with 2 pick sixes. Not to discredit DeHatene, he also had 2. But,
Gluta, what's up? Is that the first time you said something I didn't see earlier?
and I believe I also voted for Lutberg von Rugen over in Syracuse just for the 79 tackles.
Yeah.
Also 9 deflections, 2 fumble recoveries for 5 yards, and a touchdown. I believe those are the 2 I voted.
Yogi, 8 nominees for corner. You get to pick 3 of them. How'd your list look?
Well, Von Rugen, when you watch the games, you almost felt like he was a linebacker. He was up making so many plays.
Well,
behind the line of
he
scrimmage.
did play linebacker in season 2 and transferred over, so that makes a lot of sense.
No, but this year too, he seemed like he was. The one that jumped out to me when I started looking at stats was like, Elliott. Did I not call any of his games? Because, man, he's got some numbers. He jumped off the page at me. That was my biggest surprise to it.
Yeah, I'm actually with you on that. When I saw Zach Elliott, I was like, holy shit. How is Zach Elliott not just like the front runner for this award? Holy shit. Keith, you got the final thought on this before we announce the award for AACL Season 3 cornerbacks of the season. Last season we only did 2. This season we're going to do 3 since we opened up that roster spot. What are your thoughts?
This is the one that was by far the toughest to pick nominees for, because I mean I'll just say the 3 other people that that were just off of my list. It was Jordan Baker, who was up for Freshman of the Year. Mm-hmm. It was Booger Conway at Miami, and it was Ferb Pinkard. Those are the 3 that were just off my list.
You could have had, I think you and I DM'd about that. We could have had 12 nominees for this award.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we could have had a lot of nominees for this. So, I mean, again, it just kind of seems like any combination of any 3 of these people, you're gonna feel okay.
You're gonna be okay about it, exactly. All right. Yeah. Well, your AACL Season 3 cornerbacks of the season are Lutbert Von Rugen, DeHatene, and here's the only tie that we had. Randy Brooks and Zach Elliott actually tied for 3rd. So rather than like the James Klein where he actually finished below, since they tied, I added them to the list, and this is how this broke down. Actually, let me go back to the safeties. Did I say the safeties percentages? Oh, I did.
Yes.
Oh, you did.
Okay. So here's how it is. Lutbert Von Rugen, if you read left to right, this is how it goes on this particular graphic, ironically. 55% of the people voted for Lutbert. 50% DeHatene. So DeHatene finished 2nd. And then tied for 3rd with 40% were Randy Brooks, Zach Elliott. There was a 30%, 2 20%, and a 15%. Everybody got a substantial amount of votes on this one. Ray, your first reactions to 4 corners winning the award this season because the race was so tight.
Listen, I didn't vote for DeHatene because I knew he would already get those votes no matter what. So I was like, what is my vote going to fucking matter?
So you fucked him out of being the top vote getter.
I don't think my one vote fucked him over.
I mean,
55% went to Von Rugen.
Hold on. Let me look real quick. DeHatene. Yeah, 1 vote behind Von Rugen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you fucked him.
Okay, yeah, so I fucked. Yeah, fuck Canada, 2nd place, bitch.
Oh fuck! Woo. That was close. I almost spit my fucking wine out.
Well deserved to Zach Elliott, by the way. I totally just overlooked his stats just talking before we announced the winners, and I'm looking at his stats now. My God, how did he not get more votes?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought he was the runaway. Yogi.
4s are for whores. Do we need a 5th winner here?
Oh.
Of course, that would come up. Damn
Or
it.
is it 3.5? Or is it 3.5?
Damn it.
winners?
Yeah, it's 3.5. It's 3.5. Actually, these two combined they're a half and a half for 3. I
Yeah,
guess.
there
Right,
you go.
There you go.
So I'm glad to see Zach Elliott got in there because, like I said, when I
Yeah.
saw those numbers, I was like, wow.
I think Keith, is it just that? I mean, how was Zach Elliott so under the radar? Because we heard Randy Brooks made a big splash at the end of the season, right? Especially in the playoffs.
Right.
He had was a 3 interception game or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows who DeHayton is, and everybody talked about Lutbert Von Rugen looking like a linebacker. His presence on the field was just obvious. Why was he under the radar so much?
I think it was because his tackle numbers weren't as high, and so it's less opportunities for your name to show up at the little ticker on the bottom.
Could be.
Right, but he did the most. He was really good in the most important thing with being a defensive player, which is get deflections and picking the ball off. And sure enough, he was elite in both of those categories. I actually think there's a little bit of a snub here.
Oh.
Because Ray is not the only one who didn't vote for DeHayton on this panel.
Oh.
I didn't.
What a
See, don't
dude!
blame
I'm
me.
so glad DeHayton's an AD now, so he could just fucking get all you fuckers
Right,
back
yeah.
on the field, man.
I think Roy Vega should be on this list.
Well, Roy Vega was a nominee.
He was.
Yeah,
He was.
Yeah.
I
he got
think
20. He got 20% of the vote.
Yeah. I think Roy Vega should have won.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, led all defenders in deflections. Had 6 interceptions, which is 1 less than DeHayton. He was second in tackles, second in solo tackles, and was
Tied second in sacks.
second in sacks among.
I mean, but everybody,
so.
dude. But if you look at the stats, I mean, Devin Johnstone had some great stats. JoJo Rock had some great stats. Timothy
Well,
Shea. I mean,
I get it.
You know.
I get it.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
I think there was a snub if you ask me. And plus, I mean, you ask me if you ask me to name any defender on Notre Dame, it's going to be Roy Vega.
Yeah, that's probably good. Yep.
And that was Keith's mom's vote too.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
The KMPR. the
That's 3
KMPR.
votes
Right.
for DeHayton.
Yeah.
Hey, Chad Rowland in the chat saying CB's was probably the toughest one to vote for. Yeah, for
I
me,
agree.
it was
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
and linebacker. I think were the 2 toughest for me for sure. So, but anyway, so Lutbert Von Rugen, DeHayton, Randy Brooks, and Zach Elliott, your 4 season 3 cornerbacks of the season. Congrats. All right, so now it's my turn to pick. You know where the fuck I'm going. Boom, bitches. Let's see some fucking speedy wide receivers, jumping, touchdown, sleeves, touchdown dances, the whole fucking 9 yards. Let's go to the fucking wide receivers.
Because Dave couldn't do it himself.
Because I had a shitty AD and fucking head coach. Wait, we just did 3 of the first 4 were defensive, so it's good to go on the offensive side of the ball anyway.
Right.
All right, here are your nominees for wide receivers of the season. They were allowed to vote for 2, so there will be 2 award winners for this. All of these are in alphabetical order when I list them, by the way. I meant to say that earlier. BFJ, CGQ, Gavin Duke, J-Rock, Mel Davis, TJ Hendricks, and Wyndham Sink. This is definitely a who's who of the wide receivers this season, Yoki. What are your thoughts, and do you remember who you voted for on this particular nomination?
Well, I mean, every week player to watch for in the game was CGQ.
Yeah.
And most of the time he did not disappoint. I thought this was an interesting category. And when you started digging into some of the numbers, some of them popped that wouldn't have popped before. So there may be a surprise or 2 here.
It could be. Keith, you and me, not on the fucking list, bro.
Nope.
I'm going to say it's just because we spread the wealth. You know, we had one of the top
Right.
receiving
Well, we
cores.
did.
Between us and Mrs. Me, I mean, that's a lot of ball to spread around. That's what she said.
Right,
So,
exactly.
So, heyo. So, as you see this list in particular, though, who stands out?
Well, of course, CGQ, duh.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people are gonna argue that one. I will say someone who's not on here. He's not on that list solely because he left the server right in the middle of the playoffs. Which Dave, I think you know who that is. It's James Walters.
Yep.
and he would have probably gotten one of my picks.
He would have been a nominee for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. He might have gotten one of my picks.
As a matter of fact, I think we DM'd about that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But nope, he gone, so he doesn't matter.
He gone.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the two Alabama schools, anyone from Auburn or Alabama, all those dudes, those are the two wide receiving cores that every time I was in the booth for one of those games, that was the first thing I would talk about was the receiving cores, just because everyone in those locker rooms.
Those two schools have over half the nominees on this list.
Right.
Yeah.
Which kind of screws it for the people voting for them, right? Because you got to pick.
Right.
Yeah.
A little bit, but I mean they're on this list for a reason.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, Ray. Last word on the wide receiver core here. Did I say eight nominees or 7? Let me look real quick. 1, 2, 3,
7.
4, 5, 6, 7 nominees. More than half of them from the two schools down there in Alabama that are not returning for season 4. What are your thoughts?
Listen, don't attack me when I say this because I know way he's not on this list. But where, oh where, is my Cam Sullivan Brown?
He's an A. I swear to God, he's gonna be the top drafty in the fucking when we go to the pro.
Right.
I swear to God.
Literally, guys, you just got a sneak peek at what I do every time I have to yell Cam's name. I put that mic up to here and I scream like a motherfucker.
Just for the record, when you did that, because of the way your background is, we couldn't actually see the mic, so it looked like you were doing something else.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Hey-o.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah, second that Cam did. Let's go. All right.
Hey-o.
I believe I remember who I voted for on this actually.
What?
Yeah, it's a shock, right?
I'm fucking
shocked. I got split between two Auburn wide receivers trying to take one spot because the other spot automatically #CGQ. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I gave the edge to Mel Davis. He had almost 100 yards more, and he had 3 more touchdowns than Gavin Duke. So I believe I voted for Mel Davis and #CGQ.
Okay. Show of hands, real quick. Who will be surprised if CGQ is not one of the award winners? Wow. All right.
Michaela with a duck.
And Michaela with a duck. All right, folks. Those are the 7 nominees. Let's find out who the 2 winners are for AACL Season 3 wide receivers of the season. It is #CGQ and Mel Davis. And I will be honest with you, digging deeper, Keith, I feel like these are the 2 winners. Mel Davis's stats a lot better than I thought they were before we started digging into this.
Right. Yeah. I saw the same thing, honestly. I thought it was going to be closer between like the top 2 Bama wide receivers and the top 2 Auburn receivers. And it was for Bama, but it wasn't really necessarily the case for Auburn, which surprised me. But yeah, these are the 2 that I voted for in the end. I mean, CGQ, of course. I actually think CGQ, if I remember right, he didn't have the greatest start to the season, but oh my God, in that second half of the season, it was like he was the only wide receiver on the field for Penn State at times.
Him and who, Ray?
Him and do you want me to go again? Him and Cam Sullivan Brown.
I want somebody to clip that where you can't see the microphone. Oh my God.
That was a setup.
That was a total setup. I'm like, screenshot. All right. Yogi. I mean, CG. I think we all knew CGQ, but I think Mel Davis, I think this is the right choice. What do you think?
I think so. When I went to vote, I knew Mel Davis's numbers were phenomenal. So, I mean, he was the no-brainer. I was concerned before I looked into the numbers that Chris CGQ, that a lot of his numbers were going to be returns. But it didn't turn out that way. He had the numbers to back this up, and I thought it was the right choice. That's what I went with, too.
Yeah. All right, Ray, you got the last word on this before we move on to the next award. Chris CGQ, Mel Davis, was this a no-brainer?
Oh, it was definitely a no-brainer. It's why I voted for the 2. So sorry to my former wide receiver of BFJ.
Yeah.
I apologize. For some reason, your curse just held you back in the top wide receiver list. And going back to the previous winners of last season, I mean, you had Beetlejuice and Stephon Forge. Does Beetlejuice even play wide receiver anymore?
No, he plays DB in Syracuse,
DB?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
So,
UNLV, I think.
Or is it UNLV?
But
I think it's
but
UNLV.
Stephon Forge, I mean, he still had a pretty good season. 65 catches, 1,084 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Respectable.
Uh,
Actually, I don't think he was the best wide receiver. Listen, the Iowa receiving core is pretty ridiculous, like Nebraska's is.
Oh, no.
I think Korn
Yeah.
probably had a better season than he even did.
Yo,
and then
yo,
you also have
shout
Ethan
out-
Flowers. They were all great.
Yo, shout out to Corn
Yeah.
for him being named Corn Hub. He finished the season with 69 catches.
69.
Boom. Yeah, I think he, if I remember correctly, in the last game of the season, the bowl game, he caught that.
That's what
he caught
I
it.
fucking do, bitches.
From my recollection, is he caught that 69 pass, ran out of bounds, and didn't play the rest of the fucking game. I think he did.
No, I played. I just dropped everything else. I
Oh, is
let
that
the
how it
lead
worked?
drops.
You did.
Yes.
I think you did lead wide receivers and drops. So
Yeah,
that makes
he
a lot of
did.
sense.
I did.
He did, yeah.
So let me say this.
Keith
So,
had to,
he
Keith had to
led
point
with
that
8.
out for me.
yeah, you're
He
welcome.
had 8
buddy.
drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ray just mentioned who the winners were last season. Let me go over the percentages for this season. Chris CGQ ran away 89.5% of the vote. He just smoked everybody on this.
Who didn't vote for CGQ?
3 people.
Come on, man.
3 people. No, I'm sorry, 1 person. Right, because we had 18. He got 17 out of 18 votes. So, Mel Davis with 31.6. So that was the gap. 50%, 55% difference between first and second place. BFJ Wyndham Sink coming tied for third on that award. So BFJ Wyndham Sink tied for third. But Chris CGQ, Mel Davis, congratulations. You are the season 3 AACL wide receivers of this season.
Yo, only 1 drop total on the season for Joseph Delaney. Props to him.
Yeah, that is. I think he was on the bubble. We discussed
Blamey.
him.
Yeah, he was probably one of the first guys off the list.
All right, Yogi, we're back to the top. It's back. The ball is in your court.
Let's go back to that defense. I want to see what happens with the middle linebackers because there's a lot of people at the top of that board.
Yeah, so this is going to be one that I was hoping we would put off till later, but
Oh well, you can. I can skip it. If you want.
no. I think it's best.
It's later.
You're a
It
linebacker.
wasn't on his list.
Listen, you're a linebacker, and you are a nominee, so I think it makes sense. Crazy Canuck in the chat, letting everybody know about Mr. B Collectibles. By the way, if you see at the bottom of our screen, all of our great sponsors. Nexus Broadcasting is our broadcasting group. We do the AACL and the SSF, and we also promote Goals, the hockey league. Trick Jerseys, Mr. B Collectibles, and North County Wine Company being our sponsors. All monies that come from subscriptions and those little fucking diamond things. What are those called? Twitch points or Twitch? What are they called?
The bits.
The bits. All the stuff,
bits.
all the money, it all goes to Objective Zero. We send it out to them once or twice a year, usually after the season, and that's why you see the names there. Back to the linebacker thing, Yogi. Here we go. The nominees. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nominees. They were allowed to vote for 2 of them. Anthony Anderson, Bobby Boucher, Navarro, who is one of your 2 reigning linebackers of the season last season, Rob Foraker, Ron Haynes, and Yogi Barr. I can't stress enough that you're only allowed to vote for 2 of these. So that being said, Yogi, since you picked it, you get first dibs. What are your thoughts on these linebackers?
Navarro and Anderson jumped out to me, and then you got Ron Haynes. So I mean, it was tough. It was a tough call, but I think they were the 3 front runners, and you couldn't go wrong with any 2 of those 3.
Yeah, Ray, what are your thoughts here? We got 7 great linebackers on that list.
The ones that jumped out to me pretty much. I'm gonna agree with Ron Haynes over there at Ohio State. Not terrible. I apologize. Great fucking guy to be there on the linebacker squad. Ron Haynes absolutely deserves one of these awards. But I'm gonna throw another name in there. You're sitting here saying Anderson. Some people might say Yogi Barr. I'm not gonna say Yogi Barr, obviously.
Fuck that guy.
I'm gonna give it my second vote. I voted for Rob Foraker over there in Nebraska. 124 tackles, 118 of those were solo. Had 6 ATKs. He had 28 tackle for losses. He's also got 6 sacks and an interception, along with 2 pass deflections. If that's not the definition of a fucking linebacker, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's good. So, Keith, you've got the last word on this. Navarro, one of your 2 winners last season with Jeremy Mosley from Alabama. Jeremy Mosley did not make the list this season, but Navarro being on the list back-to-back seasons just shows, again, the dominant player he is. He's also the reigning defensive player of the season for season 2, which we'll talk about later. But with that resume, did that help him get on there, or do you think it's pure stats? And what are your thoughts on the who should win this of the 7 nominees?
Well, I mean, it wasn't just that he had the resume from last year. It was that he came out this season and balled out again.
Yeah.
I mean, there was really no question that he was going to be on this list. I really think that these 6 linebackers that are on this list right here, they were kind of these standouts of the season at the linebacker position. I don't remember exactly who I voted for, but I think Ron Haynes has to be up there because when you have 22 more tackles at your position than anyone else over the course of a season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the job of the defense.
Well,
You got to tackle the guy.
Was Ron Haynes the one who set the record for most tackles?
Yes.
It was Ron.
Yes.
It was Ron Haynes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It
Yeah.
was like 28 or some ridiculous.
23.
23. Some stupid number. I remember that part.
It was ridiculous.
It
yeah.
was ridiculous.
That's stupid.
Okay.
But yeah, I again, it's the same thing that I've said for three or 4 awards now. Any combination of those two, you're probably fine with.
Hey, so Ron Haynes is in the chat. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. Frank Doom, I see here. Art Vandelay has joined us. Merle, I said hi to already. I think that's all the newbies. Justin Reside, I think I got you as well already. And Thump. Good to see everybody. We're fluctuating a little bit, but we hit 40 people in the chat at one point already, which is really great. So appreciate everybody being here. All right, that being said, you had 6 nominees. They got to vote for 2. Let's find out who your 2 linebackers of the season are. It is Ron Haynes and Rob Foraker, and I'm going to tell you this. So Ron Haynes ran away with it, much like who did we say? Who ran away? Or just much like CGQ did, right? A moment ago. Ron Haynes, 68% of the vote. Rob Foraker was second, and then a 3-way tie for third between Anthony Anderson, Navarro, and Yogi. Can you believe that shit? And they were those 3 only 1 vote behind Rob Foraker. That's how fucking close this was. We could have potentially had 5 out of the 6 linebackers fucking winning this shit, which is crazy. But Ron Haynes, 68.4% runs away with it, and Rob Foraker, 31.6, or basically 32%. Yogi, your thoughts? You missed it by 1 vote, buddy. Sorry about that. But what are your thoughts on the 2 winners here, Ron and Rob?
I'm happy for Rob Foraker. I didn't know if people would see the way I saw it. I thought Rob Foraker, along with Mrs. Me, was very instrumental in that 7-game win streak by Nebraska. I'm glad he got it. I'm surprised that I can never say his name.
Navarro. I just say Navarro.
Navarro. Yeah.
Lesney?
Yeah, Postlesny. I'm just surprised he didn't make it, but I'm very happy for Rob. I think it's a good pick. I'm glad for it.
Yeah, Ray.
I mean, I voted for these 2. I love seeing that my votes are actually fucking winning. It's actually great. It's almost like my top 10 throughout this entire season, everybody just judged it and everything, but my votes are actually fucking like agreeing with everybody. This is weird.
Except your top 10 sucks. Keith.
Yeah. Sorry, Yogi, for not being your 1 vote.
Yeah. Right. Keith.
All good.
Ron and Rob. Is that the right choice?
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I will say that's 3 defensive award winners on Nebraska's defense now.
Rigged.
Oh, so hold on. So it was Kal-El. Oh, Randy Brooks.
Kal-El,
Yeah.
it's Randy Brooks, and now Rob. Yeah.
And 1 offensive with Mrs. Me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Yep.
look at Nebraska crushing it. All right, good deal. All right, folks. Ron Haynes, Rob Foraker, with 3 other linebackers tying for third, just missing out by a single vote. Congratulations to Ron Haynes and Rob Foraker, your Season 3 AACL linebackers of the season. All right, before we move on to the next award, which I believe will be Keith. So, Keith, you got a minute to think about what you want to do. I want to remind everybody of a few things here real quick. starting on 11/28, but it's basically going to start tomorrow. League offices are closed through Thanksgiving weekend, unless it's an emergency. If I don't answer you, don't take it personal, but take it personal because I'm not fucking responding. 11/28 to 12/1, we're officially closed. I'm going to start shutting things down a little bit starting tomorrow. Starting on December 1st, though, we got a busy December, so listen up. And you can always check the calendar, the league calendar for these updates as well. 12/1 through the 21st. So there's 21 check-ins for recruits. If you are a recruit who has already put your player profile in the you could do that, Mickey. I just won't fucking say it back. Just kidding, bro. I'll probably say it back. That's right. I want to eat my turkey. Leave me alone. They got 21 check-ins. There is such a thing called Club 21. I believe we had like 6 members last season. If you get all 21 recruit check-ins, you get a bonus on your recruit value. But that will start December 1st. Summer school, those of you that are in summer school right now, that ends the next day on December 2nd. But also starting on December 2nd is the AACL Season 4 Dr. Pepper Transfer Portal opening. And that is the night... is that the second? Did I tell you guys? Is that the night we're gonna have the show? I don't think I put that on here.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna. So it doesn't open until that night. We're gonna go live, just like you see right now. The 4 of us on camera. I've told these guys if they're ads or coaches, if they're busy recruiting and whatever, they don't have to jump on. But if they're available, they will be with me. But we will do live announcements on air as they happen, and then see if some of them can jump on for quick interviews. That will be December 2nd. The next day after that, December 3rd, is when training makeups begin. Just like we had summer school, if you had to make up classes, well, if you had to make up training, that starts on December 3rd. So all of that happens a few days after we get back from the Thanksgiving break. So be prepared to rock and roll as soon as we get back from that. All right. That being said, Keith, you've got the next category, sir.
Okay, I don't know if this is on your.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're getting down nitty gritty, so I got to check this anyway, real quick.
Yeah.
I have the awards left up in.
I see the list, Michaela. Okay. Is broadcasters on the no touch list?
It is not.
Is not okay.
So we did. So I want to double check. We did walk on. We did freshman. We did linebacker, right?
Yeah.
We did tight end. Yep.
Yes.
Defensive line. We did corner. We did safety. We did wide receiver. Is that everything?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Check my list.
So I've got my own little cheat sheet right here too. All right. So here's what's left. Here, just so you guys know, this will be the last round of this, obviously, before we get into the nitty gritty. Here's what's left: league personnel of the year, running back of the year, quarterback of the year, and broadcaster of the year. Those are the remaining ones for those of you that get to pick one more time. So Michaela's probably going to get screwed and have to pick whatever's left over. But so you want to do?
Doesn't surprise
what
me.
did you say, Keith? You want to do?
Broadcasters.
All right, let's do broadcaster. And broadcaster, for those of you who maybe didn't check the list in the AACL content channel, was write-in. I asked everybody to write in a play-by-play and an analyst. So I don't have to go through the list of nominees. So the nominees are anybody who did a fucking broadcast, basically. So let me find the thing here. Oh shit! Do I have one? Oh, I do. Of course I do. All right. So Keith, you are choosing to find out who the AACL broadcasters of season 3 are. So I will let you begin. I asked people to choose a play-by-play person and an analyst. So who do you think are the favorites to win broadcasters of the season?
I don't remember who I voted for. Partially just because there's a lot of people that come to mind. Play-by-play. Ray, you've got to be up there, bro. Come on. You bring a lot of energy to the booth, and it's fun to watch. I think last year's play-by-play of the year winner, Leathers, I think he's definitely up there as well. I think even someone like Nate Hall or Crazy Canuck, some of those other guys. I mean, there's a lot of great broadcasters in this league. It's fun getting to tune in every night and just hear familiar voices that are going to do a good job and put on a show every night. It's fun to listen in.
Agreed. Yogi, what are your thoughts here on broadcasters of the season?
I did not vote for Ray. I want David Weathers all the way. Fuck you, Ray.
I saw it
coming. Ray lost by one vote.
You knew that was coming. And Karen didn't like me as a broadcaster, huh? Okay, thank you. Yeah,
I just said play-by-play. I didn't go into analyst.
I don't think you did.
He did play-by-play.
I don't think you did enough play-by-plays to be nominated for that.
I'm messing with Karen there. No, this was a fun list. There's a lot of people. Ray did a lot, and I thought he was a slam dunk for this one.
All right, Ray. Lots of names on here. David Leathers is the reigning champ for play-by-play. Last season we did an analyst and a third wheel that was Gunny and Freddie. We didn't do a third wheel this season because we cut those off about 2/3 of the way through. But I mean, just on the play-by-plays between you and Leathers and Benji and Nate and there's just so many play-by-play guys. And then you bring in the Yogis, the Keiths, the Gunnies. Just the list goes on and on in this league on how many great broadcasters there are. What are your thoughts on who the favorites are for this?
I mean, I have to toot my own horn a little bit. Just seeing it in the chat every time I had to broadcast a game, seeing it in the Discord after my first broadcast of a football game. Obviously, I have to be up there. Just going based off of, because I was in charge of the broadcasting schedule. If you don't know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Pretty much anybody. Me personally, I believe anybody could win this. Fucking Leathers could win this. Yeah. Nate could win this. Yogi, even though he did minimal of it, Yogi could win this. Fucking Dave could win this, even though Dave didn't really want to do any of it anyways.
Dude, I did more fucking games than anybody probably, but yeah.
But
hey, by the way, I'm gonna go out on a limb and let everybody know I got one vote. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody forgot Dave.
Well, Lisa, I did not expect me. I didn't actually expect me to be on there. I wasn't even thinking of me. But when one person voted for me, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a broadcaster. Shit. Okay. I don't really think in that terms, but go ahead.
To me, it's a toss-up on play-by-play. An analyst, though, I had the pleasure of being with two fucking awesome analysts. Actually, three awesome analysts, I should say. Three awesome analysts I've had the pleasure of being with throughout the entire season. Definitely preseason and regular season. Got to go with Dave. Being on a game with Dave is chaotic and fun, and I love it so much. Thank you to the Penn State referee for making a legend out of me and Dave calling a game.
That's the Penn State referee right there. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yogi, it's always a fucking pleasure to call a game with you, buddy. I fucking love calling a game with you, and I wish we would have had more. Let's hope for more going into season 4. Fucking Keith, Karen, the fuck Thomas with a K for some reason. There's a silent K in there. My God, you are an amazing stats man, and you bring so much energy into that booth when you are an analyst, and you just let me do whatever I need to do, and you jump in whenever you need to. I fucking appreciate that of you, and thank you for letting me be a fucking goofball. But I had to vote for only one play-by-play, unfortunately, and I had to go with my right-hand man, the one that stunk up the room after he was done with a game. I had to go with Yogi Bar as play-by-play.
That's a good call. I'm gonna piggyback on that. Did I ask? I asked everybody about this already, right? I wanted to find, where is this? Listen to the, for play-by-play, think about the people we have. So I did play-by-play, obviously. Ray did play-by-play. You got Benji. You've got Crazy Canuck. You've got Nate Hall. You've got Frank, the franchise Wade. I'm missing somebody else. Ethan came in late in the season and did a great job.
Crazy.
Justin did a couple games. Yogi did a couple games. I mean, we have a lot of talent here, and I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. I'm trying not to. I'm looking at the list. I'm trying not to forget. But we have a lot of play-by-play talent in this league, and I'm very happy and very thankful to have everybody here. So that being said, now that we've taken the longest amount of time on a fucking award, There were a lot of people nominated. There was probably 15 different people that got votes on this, if not more. It was crazy.
Jesus.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Listen, Dave, we had to take longer because you had to set up the game.
Right.
Hey, well, hopefully that'll be different next season.
And go downstairs for a minute.
Hey,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, you guys hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta go downstairs before I announce this.
Dave is gonna go downstairs, folks.
Exactly. All right, folks, here we go. Your two winners for AACL Broadcasters of Season 3 are... It is Ray Bashan and Yogi Barr. And I will tell you that for play-by-play, Ray ran away with it. And for analyst, it was a 3-person dogfight between Yogi, Keith, and Gunny, it looks like. So, Ray, congrats. You kind of already gave your acceptance speech before the award, but is there anything else you'd like to say real quick?
I'm gonna agree with somebody in the chat. I feel like me and Yogi are the A team of the AACL when it comes to broadcasting a game. Just me and Yogi click so well when we're in that booth. It's like lightning and thunder at the same time. You're just gonna
lightning.
You're gonna get fucked either way, and you're stuck with us, but you love us so much.
Well,
thank you everybody. Thank you everybody.
Congrats on that.
Really appreciate
congrats
it.
on that, Yogi. For you being so flexible, bro, and being able to do games whenever, and even stepping into play-by-play. I don't think anybody deserved this more than you either. So, congrats on that. A couple quick words from you.
Oh, it's just my pleasure to give back to this league. But anytime you're in a gunfight with Gunny, I'm throwing up the white flag, man. Put Gunny's name in there. But as far as doing games with Ray, it's me, Ray, and Clamsy. She's the glue that holds us together, I think.
By the way, let me say this. I didn't put soundboard as an award because there's really only 2 people that have done soundboard all season, and they're both winners in my mind anyway. So a huge shout out to Clams and Michaela for running the soundboard pretty much all season. So, Michaela, give some golf claps for that real quick. Yeah, we appreciate them. There was no award needed because they're already the 2 winners. So, but that being said,
I'm giving Clams a cricket award for that.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right, that being said, Ray Bashan, Yogi Barr, your Season 3 broadcasters of the season. All right, so who's next? Oh, Ray. Ray, you get
probably me.
Yeah, you get to choose between league personnel, running back, or quarterback.
I was leading one way, but then you said one at the end, so I kind of want to lean that way. Let's do quarterback of the year.
Quarterback of the season. That sounds like a good one. Let me get this shit off the...
Betrayal.
Quarterback. Okay. AACL Season 3 quarterback of the season. Keith and I, there were like 3 quarterbacks that were right on the cusp, and this is a lot like a couple of the other awards where we could have fucking had 8 or 10 in here, but it just didn't make sense at the end of the day to split that many votes. So your nominees for quarterback of the season are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We narrowed it down to 5. A couple that just missed the list, Ray, and I think Chevy Monte Carlo was the other one, Keith, if I'm not mistaken, that just kind of missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's your list. Top quarterback of Season 3. Guy Clausen, Pink Lisa, Robo is the one, Rodney Dangerfield, and Tommy Tebow. Ray, you picked it, so I'll let you go first. Quarterback, and you're a quarterback. Of those 5, who do you think should be quarterback of the season for Season 3?
I had it down to 2 options when I was voting for this. I can't believe the stats were this close between those 2 either. Pink Lisa led with the most touchdowns in the league. She had the 2nd most yards in the league. Also, she had the 2nd most interceptions in the league.
Yeah.
But her completion rating was the 3rd highest, behind me and Monte Carlo, so thanks for leaving us out. And she had the 2nd most QBR, and her running 159 attempts, 398 yards, 8 touchdowns, spectacular. The person that I had closer to her, Rodney Dangerfield,
Really?
4,700
Wow.
yards,
Yeah, yeah.
45 touchdowns, 32 interceptions, a 70.3% completion rating, which was the first lowest in the entire league. 130.4 QBR. He also ran for 820 yards and 9 touchdowns. Those two, in my opinion, were the better quarterbacks of the entire league. And of course, my vote went to not the Blue Lisa, but the Pink Lisa herself.
That's probably good because Blue Lisa wasn't on the fucking ballot. Yogi,
Yeah.
5 solid quarterbacks. 2 or 3 just missing the cut. But of these 5, who do you think is the most deserving?
My vote went to the quarterback that stood up in the biggest situations, in the biggest drives, in the biggest games of the season, and only had 23 interceptions, which, according to this league, is extremely low. I had to go Guy Clausen for leading that team this year. He made a big turnaround from the season before, and I thought he was a big part of that.
That's a good choice too. Keith, your thoughts. You get the final word on this one.
Yeah, this was close for me between Guy Clausen and Robo is the one, and I think someone else that I didn't realize had as good of a season as he did was Tommy Tebow. He only threw 21 interceptions. He had the third, I think, highest completion percentage.
Fifth high. Oh, wait. No, he was tied 4th with Guy Clausen.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But this man ran for 21 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is insane in all caps.
Feel so bad for the running back.
Right, yeah. I mean,
who's the running back? It's T-Roy, right? T-Roy Gaines.
T-Roy Gaines.
Yeah.
T-Roy Gaines.
Yeah. In the end, I think
it didn't even matter. Oh, no, sorry.
I was about to do the same.
Yeah. In the end, I think I voted for Guy Clausen. I think part of that reason was Robo, it almost seemed like was getting overlooked for most of the season by Fillmore.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Blitzkrieg really did not have a good first half of that season.
Yeah.
The first half of the season for Penn State was pretty much all Guy Clausen. And like Yogi was saying, every time they needed someone to step up, it was him. There's a lot of close moments where they could have given a game away, but they didn't. So I think in the end, I went with him.
Well, I will tell you this. All 5 quarterbacks received votes. All 5. And
that does not surprise me.
And just for the record, there's only 18 or 19 voters, whatever I said, between the 80s and league personnel, and you could only vote for 1 for this. So for 5 different people to get a vote, at least 1 vote, is pretty. It says a lot about these 5 nominees. So, with no further ado, your AACL Season 3 quarterback of the season is Robo is the one. I see a few shocked faces there, and I will say that it was close. I'm not going to say the percentages yet, in case this has an effect on another award later down the road, and then I'll tell everybody all the percentages. But Robo is the one, wins quarterback of the season for Season 3. I see some shocked faces. Who won it last year? It was Indiana.
Pink Lisa.
No.
Pink Lisa.
No, Butch
No.
Manor.
She
right,
won
yeah.
Riding
Oh,
Dangerfield.
did
It was
she
Butch Menor of Indiana, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. So I saw some shocked faces. Yogi, you looked the most shocked. Let me go to you first. Robo's the one, had a great season statistically, but also in W's, taking a brand new school, the smallest school in our league, all the way to the championship. Had a #1 ranking at one time. He did a lot of good things. Why the shocked face?
I don't cuss a lot, but I don't give a fuck. He left my team.
that's
Went in
right.
the transfer protocol. He'll never get my vote.
I forgot.
Robo.
I forgot about that fucking history. That's hilarious.
Yes.
That
Kiss
is
my
fucking
ass,
funny.
Robo.
All right.
No, I thought he had a great season, and he helped carry that team this year. A lot of times when they really needed it,
Yeah.
he had big second halves.
I agree with that.
I thought he had
Yeah,
a great year.
I agree with that. And those games when Fillmore got hurt, Keith, Robo really stepped up. You looked a little shocked as well. Were you shocked by this?
I think, well, like I said, it seemed like he was overlooked by Fillmore a lot of times. So, like, for example, he had, what's the number? He had 1,200 less passing yards than first place, which was Ray. But the thing with Robo is that he was so freaking efficient. He was number 1 in QBR.
Yeah.
Had the fewest picks. Had the fewest
Wait, what?
sacks. He had the
Yep.
he had the longest average yards per
Yeah.
completion.
Fewest interceptions, fewest sacks. Yeah.
Mhm.
Led
Right.
average per reception,
Right, and so
completion.
whenever you have a running back like Fillmore,
Yeah.
you got to take advantage of that, and that's exactly what he did,
Oh.
and that was why UNLV was top 3
Yeah.
in points per game.
He was also
on
number
offense.
1 in QBR. I just saw that too.
He was number 1 in QBR.
So a lot like what was the other award we talked about? Zach Elliott, under the radar.
Yes.
Yeah, Ray. I feel like Robo was under the radar on this one. What do you think?
Oh, definitely under the radar. I mean, most of his stats throughout the entire season, they look good. 5th most with touchdowns at 40. He tied for first in the fewest amount of interceptions in the game in the season with Marco Swift. He also tied with Marco Swift as the 5th lowest completion percentage with 71.5. As you said, first in the QBR.
Yeah.
He had 145 rushing attempts that went for 410 yards and 6 touchdowns. So pretty great as a running quarterback.
Yeah.
The one stat that I feel like hurt him, and that's why I went with Pink Lisa, was the 4,300 passing yards, which was the 11th most in the league. So he's the 5th fewest quarterback in the league.
But do you think the
in
voters
yards.
took into consideration that he also had the leading rusher in his backfield?
They could take into consideration on that as well. But if you're taking into consideration on that, you got to look at the running back for Auburn as well, with Pink Lisa still having her stats like she did.
Well, the running back Fox Highland didn't do shit.
Yeah.
He was more of a receiver.
Yeah, he was more of a
Yeah.
receiver. Yeah, he actually did. I think Fox might have actually led halfbacks in receiving, if I'm not mistaken.
He did not, but he was really close.
He was closer. Yeah, he was up there. All right, folks. Your quarterback of the season from UNLV, the sophomore, Robo is the one, your season 3 quarterback of the season. All right. Who's next? Let me see.
You.
Yogi Keith. No, I think it's Michaela next.
Oh, Michaela.
Was that right? Yogi Keith. Yeah. All right, Michaela, you can only choose between league personnel, running back. That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
You know what? Screw it. Let's rip off the Band-Aid and do running back.
Oh, ripping off the Band-Aid. Woo.
Mm.
All right. Let's do that. I thought you were going to do league personnel, so I had already marked it
Yeah,
off.
I did too.
No.
I was like, I'm just going to mark it.
I think running back has the most implications on the Rodney Dangerfield award.
I
That's a good
think,
point.
well, here's something that people need to realize, too, that quarterback and running back could probably dominate the nominees for Rodney Dangerfield Award, even though Rodney Dangerfield Award was a write-in. But don't be surprised if you see some defensive players up there for Rodney Dangerfield as well. There was a lot of great defensive players in this season, and this is why when we get to these certain types of positions, I'm not going to be saying the percentages, and then at the end we'll recap it so you guys don't get any kind of indication on where that may go. So, that being said, we only got a few awards left, and you said you wanted running back?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the running backs of the season for season 3. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 6 of them. It's Blitzkrieg, Bogey Barr, Fillmore Slim, Flash Freddy, Jimmy Slickpants, Paulie Truth. I will let you guys know before I tell you, or before I ask you to give me your input. Every single running back got a vote. So let me see where we're going to start. Keith, let's start with you this time. Solid running backs. We had a lot of great running backs this season. Does one stand out above the rest for you?
I mean, who else but Fillmore, really? I think the one guy who might be a sleeper for this award is probably Bogey Barr, just because Bogey got like a million carries every game, it seems like, and he was always solid. And I will say, Bogey had 21 more broken tackles than anyone else. So we were talking all that about Fillmore's broken tackles, and Bogey had 20 more than him.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. And so Fillmore Slim was second, but he was 21 behind. Holy shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a huge
exactly.
gap.
Yeah, it was a pretty big margin there. But yeah, I mean, sleeper for this, I think, is Bogey, just because he he got the ball so often. I mean,
Yeah.
he was such an integral part of their offense. But of course, the one guy that we kept talking about every other week, it seemed like, was Fillmore. So if I was a betting man, I'd put money on Fillmore to win it.
All right, Yogi, your boy Bogey over there, as Keith mentioned, second in the league in rushing, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Yeah, only two over 2,000.
Second in the league
Those
in
two.
rushing, first in yards after contact, 20 runs over 20 yards, and broken tackles. Hell of a season for him. Is he your leader, or you got your eye on someone else?
Yes, and the difference is now he was talking about Karen was talking about so many more carries for Bogey. It's 35 more carries. So you're talking two and a half a game.
Yeah.
It's 338 to 373. The difference to me was Bogey had 68 catches for 372 yards and an additional 5 touchdowns.
Right.
And I think that the asterisk goes to the 804 yards after contact. That's phenomenal. And he was such a centerpiece to our team. You know, we know Chevy had his problems, and that run we had, we rode Bogey the whole way.
Yeah. Ray, they talked a lot about Bogey and Fillmore, but we there was a part of the season before he started getting hurt a lot where we thought Jimmy Slickpants was going to run away with this award. Paulie Truth started off hot, then went cold, then kind of picked things up again at the end of the season. Blitzkrieg kind of really made up for things later, I guess, in the second half of the season. And then Flash Freddie, same, man. Flash Freddie making the change, right, from wide receiver to running back, and now being an award nominee at running back. This is a pretty elite list. What are your thoughts here?
A very elite list. It was very hard for me to choose. Y'all talking about the other awards that were very fucking hard. This one was the difficult one for me to choose. I couldn't. I wanted all of them just to get it at this fucking.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? You get one. You get one. You get one. Everybody splits it. You figure out shared custody. I don't fucking care.
Shared custody.
But you have to look at Fillmore Slim, stiff arm master. That man will put you in the fucking dirt and won't even bat an eye on it. Bogey Bar will just run you down with his big brute like strength. There's just no stopping him. As you can see, 68 catches for 372 yards, 5 touchdowns on the receiving portion, but 804 yards after contact. That to me is just Derrick Henry stats right there.
Yeah.
And I believe I did vote for Bogey Bar to win this. Surprisingly, he had all these stats considering his quarterback loves stealing a lot of his touchdowns.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. You know what's interesting?
And backup running back.
Yeah, I was going to say the backup.
You know what else is interesting? I just noticed Blitzkrieg led the league in yards per carry, touchdowns, and had the longest run of the season. Also, looks like he was third in the most 20-plus runs. And then Jimmy Slickpants up there, leading in touchdowns and second in 20-plus, but usually looking like third and fourth in most categories. I think that this is an interesting one. Like I said, they all received votes, but let's find out who your AACL Season 3 running back of the season actually is.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
That's not a drum roll. That's an oh shit.
Oh shit was not on the nominees. It is Fillmore Slim. And I will tell you this. They all received votes, but he received 61% of them. He kind of ran away with it. Bogey second, Blitz third, with Flash, Jimmy, and Paulie all tying for. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. Yeah, bringing me water because she knows I won't shut the fuck up for another hour. And what I say? So Jimmy, Paulie, and Freddie tied. They're wrapping up the thing. I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. There you go. So, I mean, was this really a surprise? Listen, I agree that Bogey's stats. When you sit here as someone who's voting, as a voter, right, like you guys all are, and you actually sit down, you look at stats, then you see what Bogey's done. We did talk some about Bogey, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll start, Keith, with you. It seems to me like the running back that we talked the most about all season long was definitely Fillmore Slim.
Yes, yeah, and I think a big part of that is because he won Player of the Game. a lot. He was player of the week on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, I think he won 2 or 3,
And-
and then we stole one from him when we added Robo in there. Remember?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And Bogey wasn't necessarily as flashy as Fillmore was, but he was he
was a
the
fucking
guy
machine.
that-
Bogey was a machine.
Right.
Yeah.
He was like the cog in the engine, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But he wasn't necessarily as flashy as Fillmore, which, I mean, I guess in this day and age with how people watch college football and how people watch football in general, that's kind of what they look for more than the guys that just get it done, and that's what they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that top 3 that you mentioned, that's my top 3 right there.
Yeah, Fillmore, Bogey, and then Blitzkrieg. Yogi, your boy finished second, which is respectable. Any issues with Fillmore running away with this?
No, I mean you're looking at your traditional Thunder and Lightning, your Zonka and Morris, your Eric Dickerson and Jim Brown. It's 2 totally different styles, and people like that flash. And I think it's a good vote. I don't have a problem with it. I don't think Bogey will have a problem with it.
Ray, you got the last word on this one.
It seems like to me Fillmore Slim just did what he did best with his fucking voting. He took his arm, he looked at Bogey Bar, said, "Sorry, you're going in the ground, motherfucker. This award's mine." Fillmore Slim, well fucking deserved. You have that arm strength that everybody is so fucking scared about.
Yeah.
I talked about Bogey Bar being Derrick Henry just based on bulk size. No, you were Derrick Henry stiff arming a fucking Titan player straight out of the fucking realm with your stiff arms all damn season. Congrats to you. It could have went either way. I believe I voted for Bogey Bar, but there is also the slight chance that I did vote for you because you're Fillmore fucking Slim.
Exactly.
But congratulations on the damn award, man. You greatly deserved
FFS,
it.
Fillmore fucking Slim. Robert Thump in the chat saying to Yogi, you're Zonka and Morris, showing your age there, Yogi.
That's all right.
Bring it up. All right, folks.
I had strawberry blonde hair when the season started.
Yeah,
now
right.
it's all great.
Dude, dude, I actually had hair when the season started, so there you go. All right, folks, your running back of the season, not a huge surprise. Fillmore Slim running away with the award like he ran away from defenders this season. Your season 3 AACL running back of the season. All right, that leaves me with only one option before we get into the nitty-gritty ones here, and that is league personnel of the season, which I will find here, maybe.
Pull the Band-Aid off.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, right? That's what I thought she meant when she was saying that.
Is it the one right there that says LP? Is it LP right there?
There it is.
Yeah.
I was gonna tease. I was gonna say, oh, I think I forgot to make an award for this one, but I guess I did. Hopefully I didn't forget any of them. I don't know. All right, so this is an interesting one. This is league personnel. This is pretty much anybody who does anything for the league. It was wide open. This was another write-in vote. Let me see if I can see how many people got written in for this. League personnel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different people for only 18 or 19 votes. That's a lot.
Wow.
Oh,
We
wait.
have that many people working this shit? What the fuck?
Hold on. Oh, no, you know what it is? No, my bad. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 different people. Sorry, because of the way that the Google sheet does it is if you spell a name slightly different than another one, it makes it 2 different people. So I had to combine them, which I did on my little cheat sheet here. So Yogi, I'll start with you. Well, I'm trying to find my cheat sheet for this one. League personnel of the season. We've got a lot of candidates, a lot of people doing a lot of stuff this season since it was such a big, long, crazy season. Who are your favorites for this award?
It was wide open. I mean, they just need to give it to Dave Axis. He started this thing. He's running this thing.
I agree.
Why are we waiting around?
I agree. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good night.
Go ahead and announce it. Let's go. It could be a lot of people. A lot of people had their hands in this, and I appreciate the work everybody did, and whoever wins this is well deserved.
Yeah, I can't find my cheat sheet on this one, but it's okay. I got the notes somewhere.
Yogi, who did you vote for?
I'm not saying.
Yeah. You guys don't have to say on this one. I'm just asking who you think.
I'm not saying
there
on
you
this
go.
one.
All right, Ray, who you
Kayla.
who do you think are some of the people that deserve to be nominated for this?
Oh, you're throwing me under the fucking bus right now.
Fifth Amendment. You have it.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of people here in this league that actually did work and actually did a lot of great fucking things for this league. Just throwing some names out there. Keith with the stats. Greatly appreciate all those fucking stats day in, day out, just putting them in the sheet. Being an absolute stud and a fucking nerd. Michaela with the classes, the training. Excuse me, filling
The
out
schedule. The schedule.
the schedule that you will not shut
I was
the
gonna say,
fuck up about.
if I have to hear about that shit one more fucking time, I swear to God.
Michaela putting in the work and also doing the daily pings whenever Dave can't. That's greatly appreciated. Even you could even go toward me with the broadcasting schedule. Having that headache of, hey, can you do this game? Oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's great. Well, I'll just fill your spot, whatever, all that fun shit. Also, trying to help out in every single location that I can. I tried to put a hand out into almost everything. And also, one last round of hurrah. Dave Access, the owner, the creator of the AACL. He deals with a lot of bullshit that you guys give him. And that is why he is fucking bald, because y'all have made him pull out his goddamn hair. You know he had full locks.
I did
before this season.
Fucking dreads, bro.
He had goddamn dreads.
People thought me and Bob Marley were twins. All right, Keith. Quit sucking his dick, racist.
Right.
And also want to say real quick, Keith, before you say anything. You know, somebody that people forget is because he hasn't been around a lot because of work and stuff. Is Wink? Wink came up with the entire NIL. System that we use, which I understand that was before the season or whatever, but that counts, which was a humongous chore. So, props to Wink as well. But Keith, go ahead with your thoughts on this, and then we'll announce it.
I mean, just everyone that's been mentioned so far, those were all the people that I had on my list for, I guess you could call it nominees for this award, but of course it's a write-in, so it's whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a ton of people that could win this award, and I don't think anyone would bat an eye about it.
No, James, no, you're good, bro. Not at all. Listen, if they ever came to a time where I couldn't fucking handle shit, we wouldn't have this league. So as long as the league's going, you know where I'm good. So don't worry about that. All right, folks. With no further ado, your AACL, and real quick, we didn't have this award last year, right?
No, I don't think so.
And did we say who won running back of the season last season? We didn't mention that. Who?
I don't think so. It was Brute Bandit.
It was Brute Bandit. Who? Frank, in case you're listening, should we pour some fucking lime and salt in that wound still? Or what?
I can play the Syracuse fight song.
Oh,
crazy thing was, Brute was like maybe on track to win it again.
Yeah, yeah, which is crazy, right? Which is great. I mean, that was a huge loss for them. But all right, folks, your AACL Season 3 League Personnel of the Season for Season 3, and also the first ever AACL League Personnel of the Season is... It is Michaela Foraker, and it wasn't even close. So I don't know how to add these up percentage-wise because some people put like Michaela, and some people put M. Foraker, and some people put Michaela Foraker, and some people put Keith, and people put Keith Shez, all one word. Some people put Clamsy Wamsy. Some people put Dave Axis. Some people put Ray Bashan. Like, it's just, the names were all over the place. So I will tell you this, out of, let me see if this is right, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Out of 18 votes, Michaela received 8 of them.
Oh.
So just almost 50%.
Damn.
Almost 50%. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. I lied. 6. Wait, is that a Michaela? Oh, my God. Hold on.
All are her names.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 11. Fuck. She got 11 votes.
Oh, shit.
So she fucking ran away with it. Basically, me, Ray, Keith, Clams, we all got one. I mean, and I probably voted for myself. So, anyway, Michaela, congratulations on the first ever league personnel of the season. Do you have any words before I go to the Motley crew over here?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just a little bored, though.
Perfect.
That's pretty much.
That was perfect.
That's your
it.
league personnel right there.
That's it.
Yep.
I will say that I don't think there's a single thing that I can think of this season that I've asked Michaela to do that she has not done. So huge props to her. Huge props to Keith, not just doing stats, but helping with the shows and stuff. Ray running the broadcast crew. Wink, like I mentioned earlier. There's a lot of people. It takes a lot of people to make this fucking this thing run. So I appreciate everybody. Ray, I'll start off at the top here. Your thoughts on Michaela winning this award?
I didn't feel right voting for myself, so I definitely gave my only vote to Michaela Foraker. Just everything she's done. If y'all have not seen that summer school training spreadsheet,
oh yeah,
that is fucking ridiculous. And she is a trooper for dealing with that for the amount of weeks she did before she finally dragged me on to help her out. So that is ridiculous. Michaela, the schedule was fantastic this last season. The amount of spreadsheets you do, the amount of work you put into this league is greatly fucking appreciated, and nobody deserves this more than you, girl. Congratulations.
All right, Yogi.
We just finished counting the votes on this category. We had 10 illegal aliens that voted for Michaela. we need her to do the schedule again this year, so we made sure she won this.
Made sure she won. No, that's fucking great.
We appreciate everything she does, and a shout out to Wink. Wink does all his behind the scenes, and nobody knows what he does.
Yeah.
The league doesn't know.
But Wink is definitely the quiet.
Everything he does.
Yeah, Wink is the quiet leader of this league for sure.
But Michaela deserved this, and I'm glad to see her get it. Yeah. She got my vote too.
By the way, I don't know if anybody actually read the whole nomination form or whatever, but it did say that whoever wins this award has to do the schedule next season. So
that's it. It was in there.
Yeah, congratulations on that, Michaela, as well. Keith, last word here for Michaela winning the league personnel of the season.
I took about 2 seconds to figure out who I was voting for here.
That's not a shock.
I was just saying we heard that about you. Hey,
right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for those who don't know,
get all emotional. Get
right?
All
yeah.
emotional.
For those
Come
who
on.
don't know, Michaela is my girlfriend. I'm sure, like pretty much everyone already knows.
Did you say was?
For those who don't know.
He said was.
He said was my girlfriend?
OMG, he's going to propose.
All right, whatever. Yeah. Let's just say I am about 99% sure that Michaela has like developed legitimate chronic sleeping problems because of this league.
Yeah. Yep.
Like now, Michaela, I don't know how many times I've told you to go see a doctor about your sleep schedule. I'm sure this league has something to do with it, and there's a reason because you do fucking everything.
I actually told her that I thought it was school and work and that she should quit those things and dedicate her life full-time to AACL so she could sleep better. That was just my advice. So there you go. Keith, are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, all right.
No proposal? Okay.
No, yeah, I guess not. Apparently not. All right, Michaela, any last words before we move on?
I mean, yeah, I know I do a lot of shit, but I still didn't vote for myself. I voted for Ray because, like he said, he did also do a ton of stuff for the league besides the broadcasting.
I love the contrast there. Keith's like, it only took me 2 seconds to vote for my girl. And Mikhail's like, fuck that guy. I voted for Ray.
So just going off of what Dave said, if I got a single vote, Michaela is the only reason why I got fucking voted for this goddamn award.
I'm going to double check. Let me double check this. Hold on. 1 vote, Ray.
Yep.
There you go.
1 vote. Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, I do like that Clams got a vote for her soundboard stuff. That's really cool, actually. And actually,
nobody remembered I did Ray Cap. Let's go.
Hey, I lied. Keith actually got 2, and the rest of us got 1. So Keith, what a dick. He finished second. And listen, he could have had 3 if his girlfriend voted for him. All right, folks. Michaela Foraker, I'm sure it's no surprise, far and away does the most for this league. She is your AACL Season 3 league personnel of the season. All right. This is where we stop going round and round, but this is also where we're going to take a break. We have
Okay, good. I'm bathroom. I'm going
That's
bathroom.
fine. We have
Y'all
we have 5 awards left. Hurry up, Ray, because I'm going to do a special announcement right now. All right, you're fired. You're fucking fired.
Do it without him. Do it without him.
I know, right? Let's do this real quick. Let me see if I can find it here, and we'll do it.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news here in the AACL before we get to our last 5 awards and Clams goes and takes Ray's seat. We have some breaking news here. The breaking news is that Ray is back from the bathroom and he looks a lot different. We have breaking news, folks. As many of you know, we have spent a lot of time researching what we're going to do about what game we are going to play in season 4. When we had the AD meeting back on, was it the 12th or 14th, whatever it was, of November, we looked at 8 different options. We researched them all. We started checking ones off the list as they did not suit our needs, worked our way down the list, and at the end of the day, came to pretty much a group decision on what we need to do for season 4. So, with no further ado, I want to make sure I don't fuck this up. I will get a drum roll from Michaela here in a moment, and we are going to announce to you what game we are moving to for season 4 here in the AACL. Michaela? This is what we're doing, folks. We're not going to Maximum Football. We're not going to CFB 25. We are either staying with NCAA 14 base game or NCAA 14 revamped, but we are moving it from the Xbox to the PC because you can do things on the PC a lot easier, and you can even customize fields and shit. So we are going to do this for season 4, and we will reassess again, of course. But the big announcement here is that Maximum Football is not ready for us. CFB 25 is not ready for us. Those were the 2 leaders that we thought. Maximum Football just has just doesn't have enough stuff. CFB 25, way too many hurdles and obstacles to make it work for what we do. And the other games just weren't really in contention of the 8 that we looked at. It really just came down to these 3 at the end of the conversation. And for season 4, this is going to be it. Now, we are going to have to rebuild some rosters, but here's the difference. On the Xbox that we've used for the last 2 seasons, which was Benji's Xbox, in case nobody's heard that before, I try to mention every once in a while. I'm the only one who could do everything. When we move everything to PC for season 4, I'll be able to have people help me build rosters. I'll be able to have people help me stream. It's going to take a lot of burden off me, which was one of the issues moving forward to season 4. This was a very long season. It took a lot out of me. And, I need, me, many hands make light work, and I need more hands. So, here's the thing. This doesn't mean that we will always stay with this game. We are keeping our eye on CFB 25 in particular. When they get to a point where we think we can use that game, we will probably switch over. But for season 4, there's really no decision. We either go backwards to a game like NCAA 06 has kind of a revamped style, and it looks really good. The field looks good and all that stuff, but you can tell it looks a little older, and it also doesn't have all the ambiance, the atmosphere, the college pageantry that NCAA 14 has.
Let them know that the 8 games we saw, we looked into, we tried to make them work. We did not want to come back to this game.
Yeah, no,
that was our last choice.
This was our last resort.
Everything we looked at, for multiple reasons, weren't going to work for us, and everything just kept pointing right back to here.
Yep,
is our best bet to run another season.
Yeah, exactly. So, the worst part though is the team on the cover. Nate, you always got to find the negative in something, don't you, buddy? Anyway, this is for season 4. And like I said, we will keep our eye out. We will reassess after every season. It is my hope that we get to CFP 25 eventually. I love the way the game looks. It just doesn't work for a simulation league. And until it gets to that point, we can't use it. And everything else that we looked at Madden mods for NCAA. You guys know we looked at Maximum Football. We looked at the NCAA 06. There are a few others I can't even think of right now. We looked at a lot of games, and this is the best route to go for Season 4. So that's what we're doing. There's your breaking news. Everybody can now, if you hate this game, you can leave the server, I guess. And if you love it, you can stick around. For those of you who were hoping that we were going to be moving on to CFP 25, maybe that'll happen in Season 5, but we just don't. It's just not ready yet. It does not do what we need to do. There's way too many obstacles. So
we were hoping for it too.
Yep. That was my hope. But you know what? Sometimes dreams get delayed, and this is one of them. So there you go. There's your breaking news of the night. We have one more announcement to make at the end of the evening, but let's knock out these last 5 awards, and we're going to do them in a certain order this time. This next award is AACL Season 3 School of the Season. Keith, did we do this one last season?
Yes, we did. Auburn won it last year.
Auburn won School of the Season? Okay. So AACL Season 3 School of the Season was a walk-in, a fucking write-in, a walk-on, a write-in, whatever.
Come on in!
And it was a very close race. So before we announce the winners, Ray, now that you're back, you missed the whole EA announcement, but that's fine. You already knew about it.
I was standing right next to you.
All right, you're good. Yeah, that's true, James. They're not. And Maximum Football it needs a lot. I mean, the fact that it only has 6 offenses that you can choose from, and you can't even control any of the plays or the percentages or anything, it's not even close right now.
Listen, we can stop talking about it. He's not here anymore.
Oh, that's true. All right, AACL Season 3 School of the Season. Ray, who are some of the top schools you think that are deserving for this award?
I mean, right off the dome, Penn State, the champions of the entire season. If you're going to go past whoever won the championship, definitely UNLV. That huge run in the regular season to get themselves up to number 1 and hold number 1, just to drop it in the final few weeks of the regular season. UNLV fucking deserves it 100%, and that's why I voted for them.
All right, Yogi, what about you here? Penn State, UNLV. Anybody else that you think is deserving, or do you think it's just a two-horse race?
Alabama did a lot with a little, but they just didn't have enough. I think this is the slam dunk. This is right up there with Clamsy Wamsy.
All right, Keith, you got the last word on this, and then we'll announce the AACL Season 3 School of the Season.
Yeah, I'm going with everyone else so far. The other things that I took into consideration was how active everyone was on that team, because every time they played a game, there was 4 to 7 different Penn State players in the chat, whether it was Krieg, Odeon, Scurvy Dog, DeHatenay, Leathers.
Yeah.
Probably a couple others that I'm missing. It's just
Guy Clausen.
Everyone, right?
Guy
Clausen.
Clausen,
Yeah. It just seems like there's so many people on that team that care a lot about this league and show their passion, and they were also incredibly successful this year. I mean, they won the championship. That's about as successful as you can get.
Agreed. I think as well, and I'm going to spoil it a little bit, and then we'll announce it. This was a 2-horse race, and the school who won it, they only won by 2 votes. So your AACL Season 3 School of the Season is your Penn State Nittany Lions. Now, there's only 18 votes for this. Penn State got 9 of them. UNLV got 7. That's 16 of the 18. Miami got 1, and the note said, because at least they tried, was the note on the ballot. And then LSU got a vote, which I can only assume was Frank voting for his own team, but I'd have to double check that. So, 2-horse,
or for winning the toilet bowl,
maybe. Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point. So maybe it wasn't Frank. Real quick, Keith, I'll start with you. 2-horse race like we thought. Only 2-vote difference. Literally, if those two people, if the Miami and LSU person voted for UNLV, we would have had a tie, and you'd see 2 stars up here. Obviously, you don't have any issues with Penn State, but did it go down kind of like you thought?
Yeah, those are the two that I expected. Because UNLV, I mean, the fact that they're a brand new team plays a big part in that. But of course, they also have a number of guys that you can see in the chat almost every game.
Yep.
And you see them in the pub a lot too. So just a lot of guys that care a lot about this league and put the time in one way or another. And it's always nice to see.
Yep. Yogi, any surprise here?
Now, I thought Notre Dame should be a front runner in this because they won 5 games in spite of wrong way, Ray. So, now I thought it was the right thing. I thought Penn State was going to get this, and I'm glad it was closer because I think UNLV deserves to be talked about too.
New award for next season, Yogi. The in spite of the in spite of award. Ray, Penn State 2 votes over UNLV. Pretty much a 2-horse race like we thought. Did it go down the way you thought?
Oh, definitely. I just talked about it earlier, and I can tell you for certain, I am so glad Virginia Tech wasn't in this fucking conversation. Want to talk about me dragging my fucking team down? Fuck you.
Although, let's talk about Virginia Tech coming out at the end of the season, winning the fucking play-in game. You know, I mean, they had a good season, bro.
Right.
Just for them to get stomped by the winners of the school of the season.
Yeah, LSU. Yeah, it was.
It was pretty much a dead set. Whoever came out of Virginia Tech and Syracuse, they were just getting
Iowa.
decimated. By
Iowa.
Nobody wants to remember Iowa.
At least we were there. At least
nobody wants to remember Iowa.
At least we were there. That's all right, dude. Ray was stressing too much to make sure he wasn't in the fucking toilet bowl game. So
I was just stressing enough that I didn't lose to Miami twice. All right.
Oh, there's that too as well. All right, folks.
Yeah.
Penn State. The Penn State Nittany Lions are your AACL Season 3 School of the Season. Last season, I don't know if we mentioned this already. I think, Keith, you did. The award went to Auburn, but this season it goes to your Penn State Nittany Lions, your champions of Season 3 as well. Clap,
No
clap,
claps?
clap, clap, clap.
There it is. Quack, 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 quack.
All right. We're going to move on to Athletic Director of the Season. This was also a write-in vote, as everybody knows who the fucking ADs are, so it's not that hard to write it in. I will say this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ADs received votes for this one. Ray, I think the school was a runaway. Do you see the same thing as the AD? Are these awards similar, or are there other things that you say, hey, an AD could get this award because of something that doesn't necessarily have to do with the team award?
It's possibly going to be similar because if you're looking at the school, you're looking at the athletic director. So it's pretty much either going to be Penn State or UNLV in my mind that takes this one.
So you're thinking Leathers or Britain?
Leathers or Britain is going to win this.
Okay,
yes.
Yogi, there are seven different ADs that got votes. So what are your thoughts?
Greg Soto, just because they showed up, I guess. I mean, I think it's a 2-horse race again.
Oh, that's
I
really
think
funny.
it's very similar.
So are you? I guess, Keith, and I'll just ask you this. I mean, does it just come down to winning? Because those were the 2 teams in the championship, and they were up for school of the year. And then now these 2 guys are talking about how it's the same 2 teams. Are these 2 awards just about winning, or is there more to it?
Well, I mean, you got to put a team together at the start of the season, first of all. I forget who I voted for here, but I mean, there are some other guys that you could vote for here just because of the circumstances they were in. Like, I don't know if you could count Daniel Gunn at Alabama.
Oh,
really,
right over
over
David Ware. Yeah,
David Ware. Yeah, exactly. But
yeah.
I mean, even that's someone like that's someone. I mean, Britain, of course, probably just because they're a new team. But if you're going off that, then you could throw Michaela in there.
Huh?
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 She's too busy
I mean,
drinking,
you could.
celebrating her
Yeah.
league personnel win.
No, I'm
Right.
busy watching my minors
There you go.
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Go badly.
And then let me also rephrase real quick. I'm sorry, 6 different ADs because one of them somebody put the wrong name in, and I had to have them redo it. So So it's 6 different ADs receive votes. So
yeah, I mean, it just comes down to like, I guess winning in a sense, yes, does dictate this award to a certain extent, but of course, part of that goes along with like how good of a job in recruiting did you do, how good of a, like, if you maybe struggled in recruiting, how good of a job did you do during the season, making up for that and finding ways to succeed with what you had and things of that nature. So I mean, it's a pretty nuanced award, I think.
all right, well, let's find out, and then I'll try to break these down because of the way people wrote names, it was hard to calculate. It was calculated properly, though, and I'll go over that in a moment. But your AACL Season 3 Athletic Director is... It is David Leathers. Excuse me, your Penn State AD. And he got... So of the 18, he got 8 of them. I don't have my cheat sheet here. Doug Britton received 6. So 14 of the 18 went to those two guys, 2 votes behind, almost identical to what the School of the Year was. Ray, any surprises there? And any surprise that it was pretty much identical to the school vote?
It's no surprise on who the top 2 was. I'm just more surprised that people decided to go with like wins and nitty gritty going into the playoffs over first person AD to sit there and take his team from the bottom that everybody thought they were, bring them up to the top, and go on to the championship game. And Doug Britton.
Okay. Yogi, you agree with Ray?
I could see it having gone that way would have been a problem, but I think these 2 awards are both almost pointing in the same direction, and that's why we ended up with Penn State winning them both.
All right, so the vote, so it's still a 2-vote win, but I fucked up the numbers. Hold on, I'm counting them because of the way people do shit. It's weird, and I don't have my fucking note. But so there were 18 votes. 9 votes for Leathers. 7 for Britton. No, I'm sorry, 8 for Britton. 9 to 8, so it was only 1 vote different.
Wow.
And your guys are going to shit when I tell you who got the other vote, and I'm going to have to look through and see who fucking voted for this person and why. Fucking Chase Daniels got a vote.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Oh, my God.
I was about to say.
And he was already gone.
He was, was he gone by then? No,
No, he was gone.
Was he gone when we
Yeah,
voted?
He was gone.
I couldn't remember
Hey,
when he
Yeah,
left.
he was gone.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Can you just go ahead and find out whoever voted for him and ban him from the fucking server?
I'm gonna look after this because it takes a little digging. I gotta go through this, but here, so let's entertain that for 30 seconds. Missouri, they had a good season. They had a good quarterback. They had a couple nominees for awards. They did. What'd they do? Did they make the playoffs? They did not make the playoffs, right?
No, they
No,
missed
they
it.
didn't.
They missed it. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look and see who that was. But anyway, regardless, did I already go through all? Oh, Keith, sorry, I forgot you. Your response here to David Leathers winning by 1 vote over Doug Britton.
Yeah, Yogi makes a good point that these last 2 awards kind of point in the same direction because the AD is the one driving, AD is the one running everything. Everything points back to them. I think Clams made a good point in the chat earlier, which was that the AD is the one responsible for help building a mini community and helping keep people accountable for check-ins and things like that. And I think those are the things when we were just talking a few minutes ago about who we thought would be in contention for this award. Those are kind of the things that I think we may have overlooked. And so there's a lot of tasks like that go kind of overlooked by just people who are just players in this server.
Yeah, I agree with that. And if David Leathers won or Doug Britton won, I think either way, I think it's a good choice, just like the Penn State UNLV vote before. So,
100%.
David Leathers, congrats on the Natty, congrats on School of the Season, and now congrats on Athletic Director of the Season, David Leathers. David Leathers.
Oh shit. Fuck.
Can we revote on that league personnel fucking vote?
Yeah.
No. You're stuck.
All right, there's 3 awards left, folks. Only 3. So I'm going to make one more announcement, and then we're going to knock these out. This is not a huge deal, but I want you guys to know we are still working on this, on the ins and outs. But we have decided this season, for season 4, there's not really going to be roster minimums, and there probably will be a roster maximum. But because we had so many people, so many humans, not be active on their squads, we had almost a third of the people in the league have to go to summer school. Almost a third have to make up training. Of those people in summer school, there's still probably 40 people that may not even graduate summer school, so they're going to be on probation if they stick around. And it's not fair to the ADs. It's not fair to the schools and the teams over there. Oh, yeah, Britton, if you voted for Leathers, although I bet you Leathers voted for you. So I bet that's a wash. Because Leathers is not the kind of guy that would vote for himself.
Damn you, Britain, be selfish.
That's it, yep. And so basically, I don't want to handcuff or handicap these ADs and these schools and the players at these schools that give a shit by forcing them to take on more humans that are just going to not be around, not show up, not do their classes, not do their training, etc. On the flip side, I don't want to punish a team or a school like, say, Penn State that has 13 humans that are all active and didn't even miss a class or a training, I think, all season for 13 people. So where's the compromise? The compromise is this. This is a system that Wink and I are currently working on. And once it's finished, we'll give it to the ADs to take a look at and get approved. But in the past, for the first 3 seasons of the AACL, AIs have always had lesser value than humans. In Season 4, that will not be the case. In Season 4, we were going to have, you have to check the calendar. I think we have recruiting at the beginning of January. After human recruiting is over, we're going to have AI recruiting. So if there's an AD out there that just doesn't like people or had a team full of people that didn't do anything or wasn't active, they're not going to be punished because, they got a bunch of humans that, are dipshits or whatever. And, yep, Twin Screen, Eli Stove, yeah, he'll be on there. And Cam Sullivan Brown will probably never leave Penn State. He's got like...
Damn it!
Cam Sullivan Brown has like 12 seasons of eligibility over there.
Damn it!
He's getting his law degree and he's going to be a doctor and then a fucking astronaut or some shit. But 'cause that's why we yell Cam Sullivan Brown so he can hear us all the way to the fucking moon, I guess. Anyway, McMath is coming to Boise State or McMath.
Dude, I could have Big Bath and McMath. Let's go.
Yeah, fucking A. Let's go. But it's going to be an interesting system that's similar but not the same as like NCAA 14 goes. There will be some RNG action in there. There will be somewhere between 4 and 6 categories that these recruits will like the best. Like, do they want to play close to home? Do they want to play for a championship team like Penn State? Do they want to go and make a difference at a team like Miami? All that kind of shit, right? Though it's all going to be in the mix when it RNG's out, and then there will be a few weeks. We got to work on the timetable and stuff, and we got to wrap up the whole system. But there will be AI recruiting, and these AIs will be on par now with humans because we had so many humans in season 3 that just didn't do anything. They didn't care. They're not going to progress. A lot of them are actually going to digress or be on probation, and we won't even play at all anyway. So Sam Sullivan, that's
fucking
crazy. Yeah. Sam confirmed. Sam Cullivan. Sam. It should have been Cullivan Brown. That would have been even funny. That's what's going to happen. So that is the last bit of news that we want to let everybody know. That's going to go down in season 4. Human recruiting and then AI recruiting. And that is going to be a lot of fun. So expect a few weeks of AI recruiting. Probably 2 or 3 weeks is what I'm guessing on that. So that's the last announcement of the night. So let's get down to the last 3 awards for the night. We've got party people of the season, which is the People's Choice Award that I put in for everybody to vote on. And then the last 2 will be Defensive Player of the Season and then the Rodney Dangerfield Award winners. So let's do party people of the season first. And here's the interesting thing about this one. Oh, let me get rid of the leathers. Maybe. The fuck is it? AACL Party Peeps of Season 3. I asked the community to right in between 1 and 3. Damn, Sullivan Brown. Between 1 and 3. Oh, shit. I don't have that up. Why do I not have that up? Uh-oh. Hold on. I got to pull it up. Give me a second.
Dave fucked up, folks. What a shock.
Everybody go home. Dave fucked it up for everybody. All right. Well, that's it, folks. Fuck those other awards. Hold on. Fuck the most important awards. Let's see here. Oh, I got it right here. Here we go. We had a lot of fucking votes, man. I want to say we had like 50 or 60 fucking votes for this one. It was crazy. And there's so many people that were named on this. It took me about an hour to add it all up because of all the different names that people put in. The only and to weed out the ADs and the league personnel as well. So after going through all of that, we had a very interesting result that I will share with you momentarily. But first, let me hit the crew here. Ray, when you think of the party people of season 3, the people that are active in the community, in the pub, in the game chats, in their locker rooms, all that stuff, in school hype, whatever. Who sticks out? Who comes to mind when you think of people like that here in the AACL?
Honestly, with this award, I did not even put in a vote for this because there was just so many people, and I could not just pick one person out of anybody.
Well, you could put 1 to 3 people on your vote.
Well, yeah, I couldn't. I honestly couldn't put anybody. My mind drew a blank. There's just so many great people inside this league, inside the campus pub, that pretty much talk every day, and I enjoy talking to.
Does anybody come to mind right now, or is your mind still drawing a blank?
No, it's still fucking drawing a blank. I can't think of one goddamn person that is not like an AD or a league personnel or whatever that I could just think of off the top of my head.
Yogi, what about you?
I'm not going to cop out like Ray. I thought of a lot of people. You got Frank Doom, you got Beaverhausen, you got Justin Reside, you got Guy Clausen. There's a lot of people. Now, limiting it to 3, I agree. It's tough.
Yeah,
I think that's where the problem is. So, good luck on who gets it.
Right.
I appreciate you for being here, and I'm glad you're enjoying the league.
Gotcha. All right, Keith. What about you? You got anybody in mind?
I think the only other person besides ones we just mentioned that really stick out to me is probably Clams. She's always here. Of course she does sound booth a lot, but when she's not in the booth, she's in the pub, she's in the Twitch chat. Well, like she is right now.
Well, I'm gonna spoil this a little bit for you guys. I said fuck everybody, and I gave the award to my BFF Stream Elements, so you guys can all go fuck yourselves.
There you go.
I will say, I did put in a vote for Stream Elements.
I know you did. I saw it. That being said, I will tell you this.
Your mirror wasn't a second vote.
There were they did. It lost by 1 vote. And that's only because Stream Elements didn't fucking vote for him. So here's the deal. This is a different type of award. We had a handful of people that all were within 1 or 2 votes of people, and I felt the need to just give it to all of them because it was so close. There were so many votes, and they were so close. I was like, you know what? I don't think somebody who puts in that much effort into this league should lose by 1 or 2 votes. Now, it's within 2 votes. It's anything outside of that, I wasn't going to fucking take into consideration. But that being said, here are your AACL party peeps of season 3. We got a 6-pack, folks. These are the 6 people with the most votes from the community for party people of the season. Clams, Anastasia Beaverhausen, Crazy Canuck, Frank Doom, Justin Reside, and Guy Clausen. I'm going to come up with an emote that they can put on their profiles to indicate that they are one of only 6 people that were voted for this award. So congrats to all 6 of you. There you go. Anastasia got a name. Keith, these are pretty much the 6 I think that we were referring to earlier.
Yeah, pretty much. Those are the ones that really would come to mind for me. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Those are the guys and girls that you always see. So yeah, they all deserve to win.
Yep. Yogi.
Yeah,
I mean, these are it, right?
yeah. Those are the names. I left a couple for Keith to talk about. I don't want to hog them all up, but yeah, that's the ones I was talking about. So can you get a emote that's like the Easter peep, the little yellow peep?
Oh, maybe.
Marshmallow.
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to look. I'll have to
No,
look.
that would be perfect.
Clams would not love that. She hates peeps.
Well,
Why
It's
not?
for this award?
Just do the
It's
poker
for this
chip.
award.
just tell her it's a party peep. Well, the poker chip,
Yeah.
the poker chip goes to Ron. Ron Haynes has the poker chip right now. He's the only one with it, but we can talk about that. Ray had an idea
Yeah.
earlier about giving them a key, like a key to the pub, like a key to the cell
Yeah,
kind of
there you
thing.
go.
Yeah.
Keys to
There
the
you go.
pub.
Yeah, that's another idea.
Right.
So
Yeah,
we'll
that's
talk
another
about
idea.
we'll talk
Yeah.
about that. But a 6-pack of Party Peeps, says Guy Clausen, which is perfect. Here is your
Yep.
Party Peeps 6-pack. Clams, Beef, Crazy, Frank, Guy, and Justin. Appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. Congratulations. You guys are the party people of the season for season 3 here in the AACL. All right, folks. What the fuck is the duck? We're down to our last 2 awards. I told you we'd go 2.5 hours, and here we are coming up on 2.5 hours. So we're going to go defense first. Ray, while I'm looking for this, defensive player of the season was a write-in vote. Who were some of the deserving nominees?
Deserving nominees, definitely, in my mind, Boonberry. Boonberry immediately just shooting up there. You got Puz Lesney, you have DeHaytene, Ron Haynes. It's a whole list of defensive guys on that side that just honestly could deserve all this, but those names just immediately pop up in my mind because they were the most dominating ones on those sides of the field. Nate Ironsides, too, by the way. I forgot about him.
There you go. Yogi?
And Rob Forker, he's already got an award tonight. You could throw him in there, but that's the list of names right there. That's a big list.
It is. I mean, basically, folks, just want to let you guys know before I get to Keith, the instructions for Defensive Player of the Season, write in any one defensive award nominee from this ballot. So they had to be nominated for some other award, like linebacker, defensive line, corner, safety, whatever, in order to be a write-in. So Keith, who do you see here at the top of this list?
Yeah, I mean, just to ride the coattails of the other dudes, Nate Ironsides, Boonberry, even someone like Peter McLongfellow, I think, is probably up there as well. Who knows? Maybe DeHaytene got a vote or two, maybe. Navarro Paz-Lesney could have gotten one. I mean, who knows? There's a whole bunch of people that could have gotten a vote.
There are a whole bunch of people. Well, let's find out. Did I go to everybody? I went to everybody, right? I started with Ray. Michaela says she was a homer for this award. Let's see who she voted for. Let me see if I can tell who she voted for.
It's probably Rob.
Dad.
I did not vote for my dad.
Really?
Hold on.
You know what?
You who I voted for, Keith.
Hold on. Hey, don't
Yeah,
say it.
she
Don't
did.
say it. I see who it is, though. All right,
She
folks.
voted for her granddad.
I want everybody to know this is a big award. The reason why this is one of the last 2 awards that we announce here on the show is that this is a big deal. To win an award for your position is a big deal. But to win this award and say, I am the fucking defensive player of this entire league over all these other award winners for a whole fucking season says a lot. The reigning defensive player of the season is Navarro, right? He was also one of 2 linebackers of the season last season. Did we go over all the other ones? We did, right? We're good. Yep. All right. So with no further ado, your second to last award of the night, what some people would say is the second or tied for the first most important award that we have, the AACL Defensive Player of the Season for Season 3 is... It is Ron Haynes, linebacker, Ohio State, with 33% of the vote, which, believe it or not, was kind of a runaway. That is 6 votes out of 18. The next closest person had 3, I think. 2 or 3. Got a bunch of people with 2 and a couple people with 1. Ron Haynes running away with it. Keith, I'll start with you this time. He set the record for the most tackles in a game. I don't remember. Did he lead linebackers in tackles? I think he did.
He led the whole he led all defensive players in tackles.
Yeah. So
by a good margin.
Is this a surprise to you at all? And if not, tell us why it's a good pick.
No, he was among his crop. He was by far the most dominant in what a linebacker is supposed to do. You're the one that's standing right there in the middle of the defense, directing everyone else, and you're the one that's getting the most tackles typically. And sure enough, that's exactly what he did. I wasn't 100% sure if Ron was going to win this award just because his team didn't necessarily do so great in the win-loss category. That was why I would have probably, if I was a betting man, I would have probably bet on someone like Boonberry or Peter McLongfellow or someone like that to win this award. But yeah, I'm not super surprised by this. Like I said, he was probably the most dominant tackle. He was the most dominant tackler of anyone, and that's what the defense is supposed to do.
Let me also say, and I'm not gonna say how many because it's kind of spread out and it's hard to keep track. But other people who got votes: Alex Roy, Boonberry, Nate Ironsides, Navarro, King Jamal, Peter McLongfellow, Randy Brooks, and Yogi Barr got a couple votes as well. Which every single one of those people was nominated for an award, obviously, because they had to be. Yogi, Ron Haynes, pretty dominant linebacker for Ohio State this season, led everybody in tackles. You surprised by this, or do you think this is the way it should have gone?
No, because I don't recall a game that he seemed like he had double-digit tackles in every single game. But his biggest problem on his team not winning was he couldn't keep Nate Hall out of the blue tent by himself. He's on the other side of the field. But he had a dominant season from his side of the field. It was impressive to watch, and I think everybody got this right in my book.
Whoa, who's this? Woo! Somebody just sent me something they found. They found something somewhere. I gotta look at it. I can't even see who it's from. That says AACL on it. Ray, Ron Haynes. I mean, I listen. I actually thought. I think Ron Haynes was definitely one of the leaders. I would not have been surprised if Peter McLongfellow had won it. I would not have been surprised if Boonberry won it. Maybe Navarro. But it seems like Ron Haynes is the right pick. Do you agree?
Oh, I definitely agree. I said this way before when he broke that record for the most tackles. Who held the record?
I was just gonna say, do you remember who held the record? I don't remember.
Yeah, who held the record before Ron Haynes broke it? This guy.
I don't remember.
It was Ray.
Hey, much like you with that other write-in vote, nothing comes to mind.
Exactly. No, the first year free safety from Florida had the record for most tackles, and Ron Haynes beat it the season after. Yep. I said it before when you broke it, Ron Haynes, on a 2-night show. I'll say it again, but totally different word. Congratulations, bro. You fucking deserve it. You play hard out there. You are the living definition of football. You are the man that should possibly be the face of the AACL, a part of the defensive side at least. But Ron Haynes, you absolutely deserve everything. And this defensive player of the season is just one of many for you. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, congrats. So Yogi got a couple. Looks like Navarro got a couple. Alex Roy got a couple. Single votes looks like Boonberry, King Jamal, Nate Ironsides, and Randy Brooks is how the voting went down. But here's the thing. I mean, if you got a write-in vote for this award, that means you made enough impression on at least one or two of the 18 personnel that were voting for this, and there's a lot to be said for that. But at the end of the day, there could be only one winner for this. Ron Haynes, congrats. You are the AACL Season 3 Defensive Player of the Season. All right, folks. That's about a wrap. We got one more kind of inconsequential award. I don't think it really matters that much. It's called, I don't even remember the name of it. Anybody remember the name of this?
We had another award.
Racy McMath.
I think that's what
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. That's running back.
That is a B, Dave.
Yeah, RB. I was looking for RD. Where the fuck is it? Hold on. Oh, there we go.
There you go. There it is.
RD.
There it is. Yep.
AACL Season 3 Rodney Dangerfield Award. This is the Heisman Trophy equivalent in the AACL. Last season, it was won by Pink Lisa. In Season 1, Rodney Dangerfield won the Player of the Year. So that's why we named the award after him. In Season 2, Pink Lisa won it. This is Season 3. Keith, I'll start at the bottom this time. Who do you feel are the maybe top 2 or 3 leaders? Either offense, defense, doesn't matter. It could be all one. You mix it up. I don't care. Who you think should be in the AACL? Let me answer Guy Clausen's question. Much like the Defensive Player of the Year award, I will read this out loud. Season 3 Rodney Dangerfield Award on the ballot says, write in any one award nominee from this ballot. So anyone who was nominated for an award was eligible for the Rodney Dangerfield Award. Keith, who do you think are the top maybe 2 or 3 people in the league that should be considered for this?
Okay, 2 or 3 is way too narrow of a field. I think,
Why don't you say all of them? Because I still got to go to Yogi and Ray.
Yeah, well, I get it, but there's like 7 people that you could probably list for this. I'm not gonna say all of them. Don't worry.
Here comes 30 minutes.
I know you better hurry up, man, because Yogi's getting tired.
Okay. I feel like the 2 people, or I'll go 3 people that come to mind.
Okay.
For me, is Guy Clausen, Fillmore, and Robo. I mean, it's kind of the 3 that I would probably expect. And then on defense, Ron Haynes, Boonberry, and Peter McLongfellow.
Okay. All right. That's good. 3 and 3.
My field of 6.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. I'll take that. Yogi, you agree with Keith, or you got any other names to throw in the hat there?
I'd say in my book, it came down to Ron Haynes and Robo. Really? Offensive, defensive players. Yeah, I think between the 2 of those, you could go with either one of them as this award. And I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't Ron Haynes. Wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't. The way that went this season, Ray, I wouldn't be surprised to see a defensive player win this either. But so you heard what Keith said. Yogi added another name. What about you?
I'm gonna add a couple different names actually. Offensively, I still got to go Pink Lisa.
Yeah.
She put up a hell of a fucking season. Staying on offense, hashtag CGQ.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah.
Hell of a good wide receiver out there on that season. You also got Fillmore Slim being that star running back that he is. On the defensive side, you got to go Ron Haynes. You got to go Boonberry. I would throw Albert Begin up there as a possible Rodney Dangerfield. Man's been stellar on that defensive line, and like I said before, I gotta love my safeties. Nate Ironside over there in Florida locking it down in the backfield.
All right, let me address something in the chat real quick. Twin Screw, we did go back and we calculated those stats like we do every time the game froze, so just stop it. Lisa got her due. She got her stats. That's why she was nominated for quarterback of the season, because she did get those stats. Imagine if she got those stats with one less game. She probably would have won the fucking award. Hey, I'm not getting pissy. You're getting pissy. All right, Michaela, I'm going to bring you in on this last one. You have any prediction here on this on the Rodney Dangerfield Award winner?
I mean, I'm just gonna go with the guy who I voted for, Fillmore Slim. Had a hell of a season at the running back. And, maybe it's time for a not quarterback to win the Rodney Dangerfield Award.
That's a good point, too. I will tell you this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different people got a vote. Isn't that crazy? For the Rodney Dangerfield Award, 7 different. And then that's right where Keith was saying, like 6 or 7 people, right? Well, here we go. So I will tell you this, that the winner, and who will now be will take over for Lisa as the reigning Rodney Dangerfield Award winner.
Oh, so you spoiled it? It's not Lisa?
No, it's not Lisa. Lisa didn't even get a vote. Lisa didn't even get a vote. The person who won, though, won by 1 vote. 1 fucking vote.
I will say before you do this,
Yeah.
I figured like you should have kept the tradition going, because since Rodney Dangerfield won it the first time, I figured if you go to the next
Should be
season,
called
Pink
the Pink-
Lisa won
should
it.
it be-
You
The
should have
Pink
been
Lisa
called it the
Award.
Pink
The
Lisa.
Pink Lisa Award.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Maybe we'll do that. I'll talk to the winner about this and see what that person says, if they care one way or the other. But all right, we've dragged this out long enough. I've kept you in suspense long enough. The most important award in the AACL, the equivalent of the Heisman Trophy here in the AACL, the Rodney Dangerfield Award. Your Season 3 winner is... Let me first say one more thing, too, is that...
We had to get it once. We had to get it once.
Dude, I had to save it. I had to save it for the best.
God damn it, Dave.
Fired. You're fired.
Oh, all right. Just
I had it in the script. I had it in the script.
I
Bingo.
had to save it for the best award. You know that. All right, you guys. All right, that's enough. Stop fucking around. Let's go. Let's go. All right, your AACL Season 3 Rodney Dangerfield / Pink Lisa Award winner is... Guy Clausen by a single vote over Fillmore Slim. A single vote, if you can believe that. Pink Lisa did not get a vote. I will tell you that Guy Clausen got 6 votes. Fillmore Slim got 5 votes. And then Jimmy Slick Pants, Larry Ballin got 1 each. Robo got 2. Rodney Dangerfield got 1. And Taz Von Wolfswinkel got 1. No Pink Lisa. No CGQ. And
did I hear no defensive love either?
no defensive players.
None.
I was shocked by that. But Guy Clausen, let's be honest, the quarterback on the best team that won a championship, that carried his team, what do we say, Keith, for the first 5 or 6 games probably of the season.
Yeah, something
right?
like that.
I'm not surprised by it. Keith, I'll start with you. I'll work my way up. Are you surprised by this at all? I mean,
Nope.
I'm not surprised by how close it was between him and Fillmore. They were, I think,
I'm not
obviously the
either.
2 best players.
I don't remember exactly who I voted for, but those were the 2 that I was debating between. So does not surprise me in the slightest that it was between those 2 and that it was close.
Yeah, that's a good point by Doug Britton in the chat, though. 7 votes for UNLV players. Split votes between Robo and Fillmore Slim took the vote away. Yogi, that's the price you pay for having so many great players on a great team, I guess.
Yeah, that's the difference between Robo beating Guy and the quarterback head-to-head, and then he had to go against his own teammate, and it cost both of them.
Yeah, Ray, before I get to you too, let me go back and address that. I forgot to say that earlier. I didn't say the halfback ones, did I? Oh, I did. I Fillmore Slim, right? Here's what happened. If you guys remember last season, Pink Lisa won the Rodney Dangerfield Award. She also had the most votes for the quarterback of the season, but if you win the Rodney Dangerfield Award, then you don't win the position award. So it goes to the second place. And second place last season was, who do we say, Butch Menor, I think, last season. That's what happened this season. For quarterback of the season, Guy Clausen did get the most votes. Robo finished second. Robo gets the award because Guy Clausen won the Rodney Dangerfield Award. On the quarterback, Guy actually got 50% of the vote. Robo was second with 30%. So that's why Robo gets the quarterback, because Guy Clausen, you get the best award of all, the top award, the Heisman Trophy, the Pink Lisa Award, the Rodney Dangerfield Award, the whole kit and caboodle here. Ray, you get the final thought on this award, and then we'll wrap up this show. Guy Clausen is your Season 3 Rodney Dangerfield Award winner.
Not to take away from Guy Clausen, congratulations on winning the Rodney Dangerfield Award. I didn't vote for you personally because I didn't feel like you did enough to earn it. My vote, I believe, it went toward Fillmore Slim, the top running back of the entire league. But congratulations to you, Guy Clausen. Yeah, I mean, you're one hell of a fucking quarterback. I went out there on the field and faced off against you, and you just pretty much your offense just decimated my fucking defense 24/7, like a fucking 7-Eleven. I swear. You. I'm not gonna say you earned it because there's clearly better quarterbacks over you.
I think there's
I'm
more.
gonna be a dick.
I think there's more than that, right? So like quarterback
I'm
of the
okay.
season
It's a little boring,
is
though.
probably more quarterback stats. But with the Heisman Trophy, you gotta have like that Heisman Trophy moment. There's other, what do you say, like intangibles,
Criteria.
like
Yeah,
intangibles and things like that. Ray, I would think before you go and piss all over his parade after he just won the best award in here. What were you gonna say?
Yeah.
Well, I view this award as like the sole man doing everything. And Guy Clausen, he had help with Blitzkrieg. He's had help with hashtag CGQ. That defensive
Wait,
side of the field.
who throws the ball to CGQ again?
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
who bails out his bad throws?
Oh, get out of here! Get the fuck out of here! You're reaching now.
It's a lot of help around Guy Clausen, and I wouldn't put that fully on him. Now, Fillmore Slim, I pretty much put that fully on him with his success over there. And
So
the
hold
team's
on
success.
a second. I'm gonna throw something in there. So CGQ to start the season. First half of the season was a little quiet.
Yeah.
Second half of the season it picked up. Kind of like everything else for Penn State.
Guy carried this team for the first half
Where
of the
does
season.
that start?
And wasn't it? Weren't they like 7-0? They were number one for like the first half of the
They
season,
were,
right?
yeah, they
Until
were,
lost.
they were seven. They were
1-0 for the first 7
Yeah.
weeks.
They were 7-0, and Krieg was like 12th.
Krieg,
in
right,
rushing
Krieg.
yards
Yeah.
for
So Ray,
7
speak.
games.
So speak to that. First 7 games are 7-0. Guy Clausen's carrying the team. Blitzkrieg's not playing well. CGQ's not playing well. He's carrying the team. And if I really want to play devil's advocate, as soon as CGQ and Blitz start getting into the mix, they fucking lost some games.
Right.
Right? So I would say that Guy Clausen was maybe even more important than what you're saying. So I'll give you the last word on it.
Okay. Y'all can think what you want. Guy Clausen, you have the award. I can't take that away from you. If I'm the bad guy coming out tonight, I'm the fucking
You're
bad
the
guy.
fucking bad guy.
It's no fucking different, honestly. I had to fucking put in the fucking controversial topic somewhere, and of course it's going to be at the fucking end. So fuck you.
All right.
Congratulations, Guy Clausen.
All right, with that being with Ray being a dick, let me just read this comment from Guy Clausen real quick. He said, I just wish my dad and grandma were alive to see me win this award. So, Guy, I wish they were.
Now I'm an even bigger dick.
You are. That's why I did that. That's why I read it right now on purpose. But Guy, we wish they were alive as well. Not just for this award, but for you, obviously. But you've had a hell of a year personally. But we love that you you didn't let it affect you on the field. Phenomenal season by Guy Clausen, David Leathers, Penn State. You guys won the chip. Lots of great award winners, and I don't know, Keith. We'll have to calculate. I saw a lot of Penn State names. I saw some UNLV names. I saw a lot of Nebraska names. If I just off the top of my head, I'd have to say probably Penn State had the most awards because they also had Boonberry. But we'd have to count it up and see.
We got to go back and look.
We can put that in the chat tomorrow or something. But one thing we didn't get to tonight because I forgot is we forgot to do the players of the week for the postseason, but we'll do that when we do the big show here. Or I don't know. You know what? We're doing a show on the 2nd when we do the
transfer portal.
The transfer portal show. So we'll do those awards on that show. So I'm going to give some last words here. I'm actually going to start with Michaela, and then I'll hit the chat one more time, and then we're going to bounce. Thanks for sticking around for nearly 3 hours tonight. I told you we would go 2.5 hours. Michaela, your final thoughts on anything tonight, all the awards, season 3 as a whole, the whole kit and caboodle here.
Finally over.
It's fucking finally over. Longest season ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're not doing this again, are we?
No, 8 games next season.
No.
8 fucking games.
Uh-huh.
You play your
Damn it.
you play your 7 you play your 7 division teams, and you play your rival in the other division. That's it.
I will say I'm kind of curious to get back to having divisions in the AACL.
Yeah, we're only gonna have 2. When we expand in season 5, I'm hoping to go to 4 divisions. That's the hope.
Right.
Win your division. You win your division. You go to the 14 playoff. Is kind of what it'll be like.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yep. Keith, final thoughts for you on this award show, award winners, season 3 as a whole.
What a ride! Like I said, this season's had a lot of ups, a lot of downs for some teams, but in general, oh my God, so many good moments, so many cool plays that happened, so many cool broadcast moments that happened. Just a lot of good came out of this season. I think everyone learned a lot as far as how we want to go about running this league, the way that will be most beneficial for anyone. And we're still figuring it out, of course. We're going back to same game next year potentially. Well, it's either the base game or revamped, but still, it's going to look relatively similar. But this league is still evolving, and it took a big step forward this season. I think everyone would agree. I
agree with that. Frank Doom says.
Wait.
Frank Doom says I may be in the minority, but I loved how the season went with the link. Yeah, but we only did this to buy some time for the new game stuff, Frank. Typically, we usually go like between 7 and 10 games is usually what we do. Michaela, what were you gonna say?
We forgot one award.
No, we did not.
Yes, I was getting ready to get to that. Yes.
What?
But I want to hear Ray say why Dave didn't deserve it.
Oh, fuck off! That wasn't a real
Dave
award.
Did not deserve Commissioner of the Year.
So
he didn't do a fucking thing.
So for those of you who don't know, I put all of this in a Google form to the 19 people, 18 people, whatever it is that can fucking vote. And on the very last question, it says, Season 3 Commissioner of the Season, choose one, and the only nominee is me. And out of 18 people, I only got 13 fucking votes.
There's Ray.
Fuck all y'all. Fuck all y'all.
Yo, who is a part of the 5 with me? Okay, so there's 4 others, because I didn't fucking vote.
I'll look it up. I'm sure it's probably...
I'm going to party with you motherfuckers.
I can almost guarantee it's Eagle and Wink and Holdorf. That's a given.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. I told you this when it happened. I hit continue or like submit to see if it would go or if it would tell me just like, hey, you have to vote.
Hey, it's the only question I didn't make required just to see what you fucking assholes would do.
Yeah.
So. Oh, roll it. Chad says he didn't vote for me either. Fuck you, Chad.
I didn't vote.
Twin Screw says I should have taken over Auburn halfway through. Yeah, I probably should have.
Ooh.
Since your AD quit on you with 4 weeks left. Where was I at? Keith, did you finish your thoughts?
Yeah, I was done.
All right, Yogi.
Yeah, it was
Yogi, your thoughts here. Award winners, season 3.
Long season, a lot of award winners, and a lot of deserving award winners. It was a blast, the whole thing.
It was good. It was long, especially with all my break, with me having to go out of town so many times and stuff. That was when did we start?
That's life.
We said Keith, we talked about this the other day. Was the end of April was the tournament, beginning of May was the season?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we got May, June, July, August, September. So like 6-month season. Holy fuck, man.
Yeah.
fun.
All right, Ray, you get the last word on awards, award winners, and season 3.
The only thing I could say about season 3, I didn't expect myself to become an AD halfway through it. So I greatly appreciate first and foremost Joseph Delaney bringing in Notre Dame. Putting together a hell of a team. Unfortunately, it did not work the way he wanted to, and I had to take over the reins due to some IRL stuff. So big props to Joseph Delaney, and I'm sorry to be taking away your team and moving into Boise State, but I'll be glad to see you on that blue field.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Fuck touchdown, Jesus. I wanted a blue field. All right.
I'm bringing Notre Dame in next season now. Fuck it.
Season 3's been fun. I'm with Frank Doom on this. I love the length of the season. It's great.
No.
Unfortunately, let me get through this. Unfortunately, you had some monkey wrenches thrown in there, like Dave having to go 16 car lengths back just to see somebody fall out of a fucking car.
Dude, 2 weeks of jury duty this season was not on my fucking bingo card.
2 weeks of jury duty, of dear friend passing away.
2 weddings, a funeral, 3 road trips. I mean, fuck, bro.
It was a damn hassle. I can't tell you the amount of times Dave messaged me trying to figure out the schedule, and I'm sitting there assuring Dave, take the fucking weeks off and go do you, boo. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Season 3 was a fucking blast, ladies and gentlemen, and I could not have been more proud to be in a fucking league like the AACL. I greatly appreciate this league. I thank Crazy Canuck for introducing me to it, and I thank Dave for trusting me so well to giving me the reins to not only the Twitch channel to do a little bit of recap, but also giving me the reins on like the broadcast schedule, putting me inside a group of amazing people that I never thought would once be my friends, being able to meet up with those said friends and go to a fucking football game with them. That was great.
That was a blast. That was a blast.
I love this league. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you to, once again, everybody who voted for me to be the play-by-play announcer of the year. I look forward to doing it in season 4's for whores, and trying to go for that back-to-back repeat of the PBP.
There you go. There you go. Here's some final words from me, and then my boy Freddie is in the chat, of course, to sing us out, not only of the awards show, but of season 3. This is the official last broadcast of season 3, and I even fucked up. I just looked on Twitch. I accidentally hit 2 instead of 3 over there, so I'll be fixing that shit afterwards. The next broadcast that we have, which will be for the portal, that is your first official broadcast of season 4. So this is it. This is a wrap. I want to thank everyone, and I'm not even going to try to name everybody because I know if I forget people, I'll feel like shit. But if you are an athletic director, if you are league personnel, if you are one of the people that is active on a regular basis, like the 6 that won party people of the season, this season, if you are an award winner, if you are just anybody who has been on this long ass fucking roller coaster of a ride the last 6 months of more games than we've ever played, more broadcasts than we've ever had, more breaks than we've ever had to take, and you're still here, I fucking appreciate you. I don't have to do this. I do this because I want to do this. I'm retired. I could go I could be on a beach every fucking day. I could go to fucking Europe. I could do all kinds of shit. I choose to be here with you guys, and I appreciate that you guys choose to be here with me as well. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Got a little preview there on the screen. I figure, fuck it, I'll put it up. That's going to be the intro graphic for season 4 for the AACL tonight. So you'll see that on December fucking 2nd or 3rd, whatever fucking day it is that we're having a show. So thank you everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody. Thank you to this crew. Ray, Yogi, and Keith doing the shows all the time. Clams and fucking Michaela doing the fucking soundboard all season long. All the ADs, like I said. Guys like Wink and Eagle. You guys don't even realize that Eagle does shit. Eagle does shit, but nobody knows it because it's all done behind the scenes. Like I said before, it takes a fucking village for sure. And I love this fucking village. And so I hope this village fucking continues to go. I hope that you guys continue to enjoy it. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun in season 4. We already have the team set up. We're gonna draw the divisions live on fucking air, which will be great. Your rival will automatically be in the opposite division. So 8 games, 7 in your division, 1 with your rival. Boom, 8-game season done. It'll be beautiful. So I appreciate everybody that's going to be here for that as well. If last thing, and then I'll bring Freddie in. If you need to finish up summer school, there's not a lot left. And if you have training to make up, that's going to be starting at the beginning of December. So make sure you guys do that shit. Freddie, how you doing tonight, buddy? I know it was a long-ass show. I appreciate you being patient and waiting. 3 hours in, you finally get to sing. How you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing good, Dave. I just want to give a shout-out to all the winners. I think it was a great season in Season 3 in the AACL. And I'm looking forward to Season 4.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. There you go, Freddie. There's your flash. That's fucking beautiful.
You know what? Can we give out one more award, the best singer of the season?
Yes. Freddie, you're the only fucking nominee, bro. Congratulations. That's fucking perfect.
Thank you very much. As Elvis would say.
Yeah,
exactly. Thank you
very much. Well, you know what, Freddie? Thank you very much for singing us out all the time. And let's hear it one more time for season 3.
All right, AACL for the last time in season 3. Let's turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good seasons must end. We'll call it a night. The season's over until season 4 starts up again. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Freddie, thank you. Appreciate you. Ray, Yogi, Keith, Michaela for joining me. Thank you to all the people in the chat, all the award winners. Congrats one more time. What a season it was. Season 3 is in the books. We'll see you at the beginning of December for season 4. Please do not forget about your off-season shit. Have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you on the other side of the holiday. And for one last time in season 3, good night now.
You got 2 L's.